Make sure the screen is nice and clear for you. Okay. All right. So now that we're in, hello, welcome. This is my channel, JKS 1111. It stands for Just Keep Swimming 1111. Thank you so much for being here today. I want you to take a moment and just kind of meditate on the different piles of cards. And I want you to feel drawn to one of them. If you want to pick 2 or 3 messages, you can. Just make sure they're for different people or different situations. I want each message to represent something individually for you, okay? One could be for you, one could be for your person, one could represent a karmic person, one could represent your children, whatever you want. Just make sure you pick a different section for each person. That being said, there is numbers 1 through 5. And if you did look at the thumbnail, pretty good. You had a pretty good idea of what you saw on the thumbnail. I just took a picture of the table and I put different numbers next to them. Obviously, I have different things on each card just to kind of point to what we have going on. Here we have a leaf, a beautiful brown fall leaf. All right, and then here we've got a dark purple amethyst cluster. And then over here we have an elephant. All right, it's jasper. And then over here we have a citron cluster. And then over here we have a selenite wand. So maybe any of those may mean something special to you. Maybe just the look on the photo of the thumbnail and what you were drawn to, left or right or in the middle, meant something special for you. I want you to think, where do I feel the most drawn? Because there's a secret message at the end of each pile that I'm going to read to you. I meditated on each different item and what I felt from each different item. So I'm going to give you a small message at the end that's secret. That way you'll know the reason why you were drawn to that item. If you're new here, hello, hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a psychic intuitive and tarot reader, also an astrologer. I focus mainly on Vedic sidereal astrology, although I also oftentimes follow tropical for the fun of it. I do healing, relationship counseling, life coaching, relationship coaching. I'm also into magic, so if there's any kind of work you need done with candles or other rituals or spells, you can always let me know. But that's what I do here. I felt guided to YouTube because I just started watching it one day. I had no idea. They even had tarot on YouTube till about 8 years ago. And I just watched it for a couple years and followed it and realized there was a lot of false prophets, false teachers, false information. And I searched high and low and I couldn't find what I was looking for all the time. And, you know, it's like something was warm but not hot, you know, and I wanted to put my voice out there. I wanted to put truth out there. I'm a Sagittarius rising and a Pisces moon. I seek truth, and that's my aim. And so I go on here and I just want to give you the truth. Many times it's not always the truth you like to hear, but I will never sugarcoat my readings. If you made it here, it's not by accident. Spirit led you to this reading, to this video, to give you peace, to give you healing, possibly instruction, possibly to give you information you were unaware of, that you were searching for, that you needed to know. If you've recently prayed or called out and asked for guidance to Spirit, if you've recently been searching for the truth over and over, just not feeling like it hit, I hope this reading hits home today. And just know you were led here because you were searching, okay? That being said, I feel very confident with these cards. I laid them out very peacefully. I was in a good energy when I laid them out. I have no idea what's below them. None. And I'm going to be just as surprised as all of you as soon as we turn these cards over. So again, just take a moment, make sure you're picking the right pile for you. Maybe pick one for yourself and one for your partner. Maybe pick one for each situation in your life. Whatever you feel called to do. All right, so if you're looking for a private or personal reading, some things you might want to disclose to me that you can't say in public, you want to chat with me voice to voice, I have a Skype and we can do that. Sorry for that interruption. Mercury retrograde at its finest today. Okay, but we're back nonetheless. Anyways, if you are looking for that private, personal, one-on-one with me, you can go to my website. It's listed below, www.jks1111.com. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started into this beautiful, spiritual, spirit-led message. And let's just see the magic, the wonderful magic that is revealed in the cards. All right, what is your truth? What is it you need to know most desperately about this situation? I hope you've had enough time to pick your pile or multiple piles if you need to for other situations. But I'm going to start with the bottoms of the deck just to see for everybody watching the overall collective angels of light that you are together here. What is your overall message as a viewer before we get into the actual piles? So we're going to start with a message from your partner. Your partner, which is your lover, your significant other, okay, or your partner in crime, whoever that may be, is feeling very vulnerable right now. Feeling a little out of control, maybe even a little scared, and is kind of sitting in unknown energy, maybe not quite feeling like themselves. You might notice a lot of angst and anxiety with your partner at this time. And just know that's kind of what they're going through. That's a message from them. The next message is, what are the dominant emotions that are ruling your life right now? Is it fear? Is it anger? Is it happiness? Sadness? Whatever it is. Whatever emotion you feel has their hands on the wheel in the vehicle that is your life. I want you to think about how that emotion is impacting everything you experience. How do you feel your day? How do you feel the time up in your day? Is it full of stress or joy, trust or anger, anxiety or peace? We have only today and right now the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us to the feeling that we seek. But when we begin to start to feel every day a feeling that we value the most, we will attract more of it. That is fulfillment, and that is a promise from the universe. For today, I want you to lean into what you want to feel, not what you're feeling, unless you're feeling what you want to feel, but what you really want to feel as a person. And then I want you to adjust your life and your values and your expectations to match that. What do you want to feel, my friend? Are you willing to let go of any belief that you may have had to achieve that feeling and just start to feel it right now? No inhibitions, just a choice. All right, so that's the overall message there. The other one is Page of Wands. This is exciting. This is a journey. You might be packing your bags and going somewhere for the weekend. This may just be on to bigger, brighter, much more happier things. This is the time where you pick up your wand and you tell everyone you love, hey, I'm out of here. I got things to do, places to go, people to see, life to live. I'm on a journey, and I'm not going to stop here. So you're up and you're on the move. Now, this could be metaphorical or it could be literal, but you are on the move. You are leaving a situation behind that made you feel stuck. It could be a person, could be a job, could be a home, could be just a state of mind. But you're leaving it, and you are choosing by your own choice, your own personal free will to make these good decisions for yourself that make you happy. And you are thus taking the wheel by your own hands and steering the direction you wish to go in. Now, the pyramids behind the Page of Wands is symbolic, and it represents ancient. It represents guidance. The 3 stars, Orion's belt. It represents the North Star, if you will, following your own intuition, your own guides, listening to the stars. A lot of you guys may also be getting into astrology a little bit more at this time than maybe you have been in a long time. So I do see you picking up that pen and paper, writing down some information and studying astrology. Some of you guys may be even taking on a new astrology class. And if you're not taking a class, this is just I'm taking notes on life and following the stars, following my destiny. All right, so good job. That's what's happening there. You guys also got surprise. Get ready to receive something special very soon that expresses how your person may feel about you. You might get a little gift, a little surprise, maybe an affectionate gesture, maybe a poem, maybe a card, maybe a gift, maybe a visit. But whatever it is, it's a happy surprise. And the gift could come in any form, physical or spiritual, and even a dream, okay? But this beautiful gesture, this romantic gesture, is on its way to you. And just know that you're going to receive something, I feel, very good. You might even receive some good news. Okay? Good news. The next message is crossroads. So you feel like this has been your situation, which I think is why you're Page of Wandsing this. You're choosing which direction to go in. There was a fork in the road as of late. You could go this way or that way, and you chose. You made your decision, and you're on the way. So travel, on the way, moving forward. That just kind of reiterates that. We also have the sword and the rose, clarity and truth, revelations, honor and protection, and determination. The sword and the truth is like a soft glove going over an iron fist, you know? It comes at a price. It's not that hard, but it's still difficult to hear. It's a message out of love, but it doesn't feel great because it's truthful. And sometimes the truth hurts. I feel like you are delivering the blow. You're going to be telling somebody that you love, hey, I love you, but fill in the blank. You're going to be telling someone some hard truths. And it's upsetting for you because you don't want to stir the boat. You don't want to make it difficult on the person you love. You don't want to push them away by any means. But you know that the truth needs to come out. It must be said. So this is a very difficult message for you to deliver to someone, but you're doing it out of love. This might be constructive criticism. Whatever it is, just know that you're doing it for the right reasons. It's for protection and honor. And it's for clarity. And it's a big revelation for the other person, and it's okay. Hard lessons are at least coming from someone they love. So don't feel too bad about that. The next message is non-action. I think lately, until recently, it just felt like nothing was moving, nothing was happening. And you felt very stuck. And you were like, Steph, I've been in a very stuck energy. I felt like I just couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't say anything. I was walking on eggshells. Things were never going to get better. God, let's just go ahead and say anxiety. But now we're finally pushing through that. The other card here reveals the Hermit. Loneliness, unattached, soul-searching, time needed alone, right? I need so much alone time. Like, I've been needing this. I need this soul healing, soul searching, just time of peace. And it's coming. It's going to be yours. You get a chance to just be in your own head, in your own thoughts, and get things down for you on pen and paper, perhaps, very Virgo, or just down in your mind that needed to be straightened out. The next one is receptivity. You're going to be hearing a lot of angel messages, angel numbers, angel songs, Rhema words, repetitive messages. Those are all signs from the universe. It's going to be coming in threes. This is going to be your clue. Oh, I'm getting this. I'm getting this in threes. It could be a certain number, whatever that number is you're seeing in threes. It could be a name. It could be an actress or an actor. Just know that those are divine messages. And if you are getting anything in threes, dreams, whatever, just pay close attention and do your own intuitive research on, why am I getting this? Because if you seek, you will find. If you knock, the door will be open. And if you ask, the answer will be given to you. So don't be afraid to ask, why am I seeing this? Because I feel like the universe wants to talk to you and wants to tell you. All right. So anyways, those are the bottoms of the decks. All right. And now we're just going to get into your main message. Oh, I forgot one last card. Sorry. This is one. I used all these decks for your piles, by the way. This bottom of the deck, I forgot. And this is Destroying Angel. Take a good look at the picture and the meanings that could be here. We have a skull that is on fire. We have a head that is screaming with light and energy spewing from her eyes and her mouth, which to me is very, I speak the truth and I see the truth. And it's difficult to know the truth. You know, it's hard. And then I see this griffin back there that's landing on her staff, coming to give her a message of truth. I see the stones, pillars of guidance and protection. And then she's sitting in a fairy circle, which is protected and sacred. So I feel that she's got her spirit angels, her spirit guides all around her. And she's on a journey, much like your, ironically, if you think about it, Page of Wands. They're both carrying a staff. They both have a bag. They're both on a journey. Maybe just, again, reiterating that you're on a journey here. But let's see what it says. The Destroying Angel. And it says this: separated from their fellows, a small band of witches find themselves lost in a hostile land. Freya Albright has taken her leadership to heart, perhaps too much. She believes their hopes for getting home rely totally on her. She is a fighter as well as a healer, hence her nickname, the Destroying Angel. But she believes that she must stand alone. Much like the Ten of Wands we got earlier yesterday. If you guys tune into my channel and look at that bottom of the deck, again, right under it, Ten of Wands again. This is really a strong message that's been coming for you for the last 24 hours. So she's much like that Ten of Wands. And it says, the Destroying Angel believes that she must take a stand alone, but like Freya, whose motivation is simply to do her best, sometimes we stand alone out of pride or vanity. Be aware that others might be hanging on your every decision. So be very clear with your words. Let others make their own decisions too. Otherwise, you stifle their growth. Okay? Now, to me, that means other people are counting on you. And you do feel like you're all alone. This is on your back. This is on your burden. You may be the head of the household. You may be the leader in a group. You may be the person in charge. But it doesn't really matter. You're not alone because your spirit guides are all around you. Don't forget that. Even if you feel very isolated and alone in your path, just know that you are protected. You are watched. There are spiritual helpers. And yes, you may be responsible for others, but you are never really truly alone. Okay, I don't know. That's what I wanted to share with you. All right, so let's get into the messages. Are you guys ready? Who picked what pile? Let's zoom out a little bit so you can see all the piles a little bit better. There we go. We're going to start traditionally with pile number 1. And at the end of the video, we are going to have these time stamped. Okay? At the end of each message, I will give you the secret message for that pile. And there's a reason why you picked it. So, I'll give you again one last 20 seconds to decide. For those of you that are just coming in, welcome. All right, we're going to go ahead and go. Pile number 1. You chose the pile with the brown leaf, the beautiful fall leaf, intricate in all its little details, folded, but still whole. Okay? Just in time for autumn. The first card we have, which is a message of the shadows, secretive, hiding the truth. No one really knows what's behind this mask. There's a lot more hidden below the surface, my friend. Somebody is definitely being that iceberg in a deep, dark ocean. They show you a little bit of themselves, but not the rest. There's a reason that they're hiding their truth. Mostly the reason is fear. Fear that you won't stay. Maybe it's first person. Maybe you have a fear that somebody else won't want you. Whatever this is, it's living behind fear. Fear needs to be dealt with. Otherwise, fear is going to rule your life. Suggestion here, face what you fear. Next, a message from your person. Blocked. Feeling restricted. Blocking communication. Perhaps they feel you've blocked communication. Maybe they have. Either way, there's emotional walls up. And I do not want you to penetrate them. Both of these represent a barrier, a block and a barrier between the truth and you. And this person senses, what are you hiding? This person, if it's another person here, very curious about you and what's behind the mask, what's behind the veil, the wall, and the distance. What are you really hiding behind those words of yours? What are you hiding behind your happy posts on public social medias? What's being hidden? And the next message we have is big dreams. Big old whale in the ocean there in the dark, and beautiful starry night sky with a full moon. Very emotional. Whoever picked this pile, a very deep, loving, deeply emotional, deeply hurt individual. There are deep wounds here. And it goes along to say the secrets are very deep. Hiding behind the mask. What lies in these depths? This person may be hiding, but they don't want to hide. They have so many big ideas, so many big dreams and visions of what they really want. They really, really want, but they feel it's hard to get. They're wondering if it's all fantasy. Is it ever going to become real? And this has a tinge and a shadow and a haze of doubt. This person does doubt quite a bit. Let's see this next message here. We have commitments. And notice there's a burning sun back there behind this mountain. And now she sits here in front with her pack. And she's got wolves with her. She's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wolves. And ironically, we have 5 piles today. Whoops. So there might be the magic number of 5 here for this person. And let's just go ahead and say, even if it's not this magic number you've been seeing, 5 represents hardships, challenges, struggles. And certainly the dark night of the soul energy, right? Deep, dark, heaviness. And this sweet little girl here with no shoes and her little red cape, looking adorable, trusts that she's safe in this deep, dark forest because her wolf family is here. But I don't know about you. I know this is a mountain, but guess what I see? Maybe you guys see it differently, but me as the reader, this is just what I'm seeing, okay? I see a shadow of a head, a silhouette, if you will, a shadowy silhouette. And the girl is in the middle, which there's an inner child. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this inner child is the shadow of somebody. Someone has a very hard time getting in touch with that inner truth, that inner child that just wants to come out and be present and be seen, be a part of someone's life. And it's like, I just want to be a part of it. I don't want to change your life. I don't want you to become childlike. I just want to be a part of it. I want to insert myself here. So someone's history from their past of childhood may be coming up. There may be some residual things during this Mercury retrograde where childhood issues are coming to the surface. It could also be perhaps somebody's having some issues with their child or children. And that is kind of a darkness that sits inside of them, a stress, a worry. Whatever this is, there's just a lot more to the picture than meets the eye. And there's a lot more to this person than meets the eye. So much more, so much more value. Okay? There's so much goodness there inside this individual. And the fact that it says commitments, can we just go ahead and think it out loud? The person who picked pile number 1 is a very committed person. This is not a cheater. This is not a liar. When this person says they're going to go the distance, they're going to go the distance. When someone makes a promise, they're going to try their best to honor that promise. This is someone that is very honest. And not a lot of people give them credit for being this honest. However, and this is true psychologically, a lot of very honest people tend to wear a facade. They're not always honest with other people about themselves. They speak honesty, but they're usually very hidden. And the reason psychologically people are hidden, that are very honest people, is because they don't trust the world because they see how many liars there is, which is one of the reasons they're so honest. But another reason why they hide. And they live almost in a metaphorical shroud of dishonesty. And it's because they know how much the truth can hurt. So this person is very cautious with their words and not extremely spoken. This is not a chatty Cathy. This is not an extremely outspoken individual that just goes on and on and on with themselves. This is someone who can be characterized as quiet, likes isolation a little bit, maybe a little bit more than most. Someone that likes peace and quiet. This is someone that finds a lot more in common with animals and children than peers and people of their own age. This is someone that is wise beyond their years. And this is someone that was a very old soul even since childhood. They noticed they were much more mature than other children at that age group when they were growing up. They felt a sense of, they felt a sense of being protective over others, even their own age. So this is an individual that felt like, you know what, I have to kind of look over the flock. I have to watch out for my peers, my siblings, my cousins, whoever may be younger or of my age group. And this is someone that just kind of shepherds and looks over people. This is someone who looks out for everybody else's problems as well. So this is someone that is the shepherd and always seeking out the wolf in sheep's clothing. They are a very good spotter of liars, a very good intuitive individual that can sense the wolf in sheep clothing. They know. So this is a very smart intellectual, a very intelligent, reclusive kind of person. And there is no lying to this individual. Don't even bother. It's pointless. They're deep. This is the person that will allow ones to lie to them while smirking on the inside, knowing, I know you're lying. So this is not someone that plays around with their words. This is someone that says, hey, let my yes be yes and my no be no. And they get very angry when someone accuses them of lying. And it's funny because so many scientists and psychologists are like, oh, people who get angry are obviously lying. No, that's wrong. That may be true for some, but let me tell you, some of the people that get very angry if accused of being a liar is because they despise liars. And how dare you affiliate me with them? And so it's offense. They take offensiveness to being accused of lying. And so anytime they've given their word, anytime they've spoken their truth and somebody laughs, giggles, pokes fun, makes jokes, exaggerates, or says, oh, you're lying, this is very offensive to this person. And this is a lot of the reason they wear a mask and they like to isolate, because they do not like the ridiculousness and the falseness of people. And again, this person is much more better suited around animals than people. They're just not that kind of person. So anyways, their yes is yes, their no is no. This card says this: foreseeing the inevitable for Britain's wolves, a Caladian coven took the last of them and hid them safely away in a rock wood. They can only become flesh and blood once more when their protectors come to awaken them. Aha, so there is a sense of protection. She is the protector. Interesting. Okay. And the wolves are hidden throughout the picture. And young Kelly's suite is entrusted with their hiding places. Her responsibility is as great as the mountain looming behind her. She has a commitment in equal measure, for a witch knows that a promise is not made lightly, nor should it ever be broken. Assess your commitments and accept only that which you can manage. I get it now. The burden you feel. You bit off more than you could chew, or this person, whomever you've picked this pile for, has bitten off way more than you can chew. That explains that bottom of the deck kind of 10 of Wands kind of looming over this. And it's just like, this is really hard. So honoring the commitment you are, or this person is, but it's very difficult. And the mask you're wearing is, it's not that hard. I'm okay. Someone says, how are you? I'm okay. Because you don't want to bother them with your problems. How are you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Because you don't want to curse yourself. You know, this is under the mask. There's so much hidden pain, tears, suffering, anxiety, worry, loneliness. You want so much to be with others, but you can't stand the energy that is coming off of others. There's so much that this person is going through. And it's a choice that they want to go through it alone. That is a choice. This poor little elephant. Okay. The next message Cupid's arrow will strike, my friend. Have faith. Love is coming, my little isolated wolf. Surprise invitations are to be had, and struck by love you will be. Boy, oh boy, the universe doesn't want you to be alone for long. If you picked this pile and it's about you, there is love on the horizon. Your little lonely self shall not be lonely too much longer. And wait till you hear the surprise message at the end of it. So get ready and have faith. A lover, a partner, a friend is close by. A clue of who this person would be a Gemini, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. Okay. Yep, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Aries. I also feel called to say Libra for whatever reason, but that's what I'm feeling, okay? So expect this person to show up. When should you say? When? When, Spirit? When is this going to happen? Ironically, I saw the word January, and I heard the word love's sweet kiss. Love's sweet kiss. I don't know what that will mean. January clearly is a date. That's what I'm getting. So maybe that person's birthday is in January. I don't know. But I do feel that. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that's what I'm getting with this. Let's go ahead and see the next message. What do I resist feeling right now? What do you resist? Okay. What is it that you're pushing away? We do have the mask. All right. We've got the big dreams and the deep, deep ocean. What is it that's trying to come to the surface that every time it gets close, you push it down? You're burying it. What is it? You know what the answer is. It says, honey, we have to feel it to heal it. And in order to let go of this pain, you first have to honor that it exists. Emotions are like rough waves. Some are soft waves. Some can be fierce. Some are layered. Some will sweep you off your feet and knock you down, help you to lose control. But when we allow ourselves to feel that wave, we can then release what no longer serves us and finally go with the flow of our path, our destiny, and our purpose. Today's soul action card for you is allow yourself to feel this wave. Let it move through you no matter how long it lasts. Then release it back into the ocean. Feel it, heal it, and enjoy the freedom. So there's some homework with that for pile number 1. I want you, when you do meditate, when you discover what it is that you're resisting, when you figure out what that is, and you've cried, I want you to write it down in blue ink, blue, to represent your feelings and your truth, on a white piece of paper, or tan, whatever, but I think white would be good. I want you to write it down, and I want you to fold it up into like something that would float like a little boat, if you will. And I want you to, if you can, not all of you live near a river, but I want you to go somewhere where there's flowing water. Perhaps it's a lake, perhaps it's a river, perhaps it's a creek, perhaps it's an ocean, whatever. a waterfall, I don't care. Moving water. I don't want you to put it in stale, stuck water. I would like it to be moving. And I want you to release that folded little paper, however which way it folds, to float down that river, and let it flow, because I want you to let it go. This is some homework that you can do this weekend or next week. But when you do discover what it is you've been resisting, I want you to let it go. And going down moving water represents flow. And I just want it to get away from you, leave you, and just flow. Get it moving again, because that feeling's been stuck, and the water's going to help it to move. It doesn't have to be a big piece of paper. It could be very small. But whatever it is, just let it go. Let it go down that river, that creek, that moving water. Let it go. Okay? So anyways, that's that. The next message is mine. Interesting. Maybe there's somebody special on a motorcycle for you. Just kidding. But the motorcycle represents the Knight of Wands or the Knight of Swords. And it says, I want to take the honoring path towards you. So I'm taking responsibility for my situation first. I'm coming towards you and forward to tell you how I feel. I know I have what it takes to make you mine. I'm ready for a new beginning. But this is also the strength and the courage to come out from the mask and just go towards your true path and take responsibility for whatever's been holding you back and just going towards your destiny. This is movement. Your whole reading so far has been about movement and not being stuck, right? Page of Wands energy, we're moving on. So this is about getting to the bottom of it, getting to the truth of it. If this has to do with a lover, they've been resisting and hiding their feelings for you. Their love is coming for you. This has been a secret admirer or someone that hasn't been able to admit what they really feel, which is they have love for you. They've been blocking and resisting their love. They've been secretly protective of you and secretly watching you throughout this time, if it's about a lover. And I do think this person is going to come forward to you probably by January. Now, if this isn't about love, this is about you changing your life between now and January, making a big statement. This is me. This is me. This is me taking ownership of my feelings. This is me taking ownership of my life. And I'm not always going to be everyone else's net. I'm going to fulfill my commitments. I'm going to fill my promises, but I'm also going to make a promise to myself that I'm important too. And it's just about getting real. Okay? So I feel like there's a lot of that here for you in pile number 1. And if it's about someone else, you know, it's about them finally getting real with themselves and just looking at what's behind the mask. So there's an ending there. The next card is the Tower in reverse. Interesting. So this is not surprising for you. The Tower upright is like, oh my God, this is a shock. When it is in reverse, not a shock. Yeah, I mean, the toilet's a good idea. I think that makes a lot of sense for some people that just want to flush that feeling away if it's an angry feeling. If it's a loving feeling, a loving memory or someone you love, maybe let that go down a river. But if it's something that you need to, that's toxic, that you, then flush it down the toilet. That makes a lot of sense. But this Tower moment, interesting that it's here. There's a life-changing situation for this pile. It completely uproots someone. Life will no longer be as they know it. And it may very well also mean they will never be the same. This is, my life has changed forever. And accepting that they've changed forever. This is accepting your age, accepting someone's past, accepting it's over in a relationship, accepting your capabilities, accepting a moment that's been coming for a while that you know has been headed for you, and finally I'm going to let it in and I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to pretend. Whatever this is, we're not playing games and we're not pretending anymore. We're going to deal with it, but there is a sense of struggle. There is a sense of hardship with the Tower there in reverse. There's definitely, for most readers and myself included, some call for concern. Why is the Tower not in its normal state? Why is it not upright, taking out what it needs to take out? When the Tower is reversed, it shows that you or this person may be about to have a narrow escape from something. A narrow escape. You may have barely avoided a car accident or a death or the loss of a home or something about to just hit the fan. And it's like, I was so close, but I avoided it. Fate, the universe, God, creator, whatever, steps in to help you to avoid a pitfall. This is dodging a bullet. And I don't, no pun intended to poor Donald Trump, but that's what came to my mind when I said dodge a bullet. It was, this is what that Tower represents. It was headed straight towards you. It was meant to hit you, but it didn't. And this is an act of God, an act of the universe, an act of fate. Perhaps somebody was aimed at hurting you mentally, emotionally, or physically. They failed. Perhaps you were about to lose your home and a miracle stepped in. Perhaps you were very sick and something was tragic going to hit you. But the universe steps in with a remedy, a gift, an elixir, if you will. And it could be about someone you love. Perhaps they dodged a bullet. Perhaps they had a near miss in a car accident or a near miss with the wrong person at the wrong time. Whatever this means, listen, the angels are with you. And I feel chills when I say that because the girl in that picture, remember, she was surrounded by spiritual beings. You are not alone. You are not alone. And you are protected. So there is some form of protection around you. You may find that something shocking is going to occur, but maybe you had a little bit of a warning, a little bit of insight prior to the event, lessening the surprise element. So it's also, something was going to hit me, but I had a heads up. Could be that. Could be you got a warning. Maybe this was all just a warning, a fluke, a vision of what could be, but won't be. This is, it's a wake-up call. And let's see what has transformed your life. What is this big, shocking, monumental event spiritually? What is this? What has struck you? Oh, and we have separation. Separation, my friend. Sometimes absence does not make the heart grow fonder. Sometimes a separation from somebody brings clarity. And I think one of the revelations that you've recently had or will have is our separation was good for us. I'm glad we separated. Or there's some kind of knowing that if this person passed away, it happened for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And perhaps in a very simplistic way to be put, it didn't work out with someone because there's somebody better. And I know that's really hard to accept when you love someone and you don't want to let go. But this has been a long time coming, according to this message. And if you've been struggling to let someone go in pile number 1, this is the bitter truth, the clarity, the revelation the sword and the rose that hits you, where you knew all along that eventually you would learn to let go. And guess what? Cupid's arrow. Remember, I've predicted something beautiful happening in January. So, and it could be metaphorical. Maybe it's not a relationship, okay? But just go with me on this. I once read this little saying on Facebook, and it said, you know, when closure happens, sometimes it's just on an average day and a 2 o'clock time frame and a warm afternoon, sipping coffee, when it just strikes, I'm over them. Just on an average day, just some random day, some random time, and it just, all at once, all together, it's just there, it's done. And you don't notice it, it just happens. And all of a sudden, you don't have those feelings for that person anymore. And you didn't notice the little moments where it just started to drift, where one day you felt a lot less than the previous. You didn't notice that it was just drifting and falling away. And it's ironic that at the end of this message, we have the leaf. And I'm about to reveal to you your secret message in a minute because I have it written down. But let's go ahead and reveal the secret message. If you picked the brown leaf, the message I wrote down was falling away. Falling away. Something in this deck, this pile, number 1, represented it was falling away. And my message was the big tree, the big oak tree, full of leaves one day, and then they start changing. They start turning colors. So much like the people in your life start to change. You don't recognize them anymore. Who are they? They're just changing, like night and day. One day the leaf is green, the next morning, all of a sudden, it's yellow. That was quick. And before you know it, it's falling off the tree. And you look at the tree one day in fall and you see all of them are colors, or it's already lost half of its leaves, but not all of them. And that's like the love you have for someone or the feelings you have involved in a situation. Half of it's there. It was quick. It was a change. It took a big gust of wind, a big fight, a big argument, a separation. And then it like took out half the leaves. But they were still hanging on, lingering. And it seemed like they would never fall. But then one day we just drive down the street and you look up at the tree and you realize, wait a minute. Yesterday there were leaves on that tree. Today, there's no leaves. There's no leaves. They're all on the ground. When did that happen? And it's like you go from seeing the trees full to almost dramatically very bare, very empty. And it feels like a very short span between that. At least it does here in Colorado. But the message of things falling away for you. For some of you, I guess it's different for every one of you, but it may be gradual. Gradually falling away till it drifts into nothing. For some of you guys, that gust of wind sure ripped off a lot of leaves, that last fight or that last separation. Whatever it is for you, whether it's slow or fast or in between. The big secret message for you is this was always going to fall away. That was fate. It was meant to be. Eventually, you knew it was going to get to this place. And now it's finally here, or it's coming very soon. But the acceptance and the truth that all things change, all things wither, all things die, give you a chance to have the rebirth. And that is your secret message. Really, that this whole situation was just falling away. And it's going to be over very soon. And I'm going to read that because a lot of you guys are like, it is about a separation. It's about my lover. You know, it's not about my home falling away or my body falling away or my children slowly leaving me or me finally getting over someone that passed. Like, For some of you guys, it's all about all those things. But for some of you, it is about a relationship breakup. So just take it how it resonates for you. And we'll go ahead and read the deeper meaning of this card. So separation here, okay? That's what we're reading. The Queen of Night draws a cloak of darkness over the earth, putting the day to rest. The last earth card, separation, is the duality card. It's between day and night. A landscape changes profoundly. A city view transforms from a beautiful park overlooking a harbor into a carnival of lights at night. It's like two different cities. Similarly, when we separate from a worn-out situation or a worn-out relationship, we become unrecognizable from who we were before. We miss the chance to transform. Instead, some people repeat a pattern until they finally are ready to let go. Everything comes from and returns to this earth. Separation sometimes leads us to an ultimate reunion or new terms. The clouds symbolize the nebulosity of holding on and the duality of assets and the deficits to sort through as we separate. The dying star symbolizes finality. We let ourselves grieve. The grieving process is like riding a wild pony. We just have to hold on and experience the feelings of anger, sorrow, fear, and anything we feel until it passes. Maybe you've been having some trouble letting go. Denial and the resistance won't prevent the inevitable. It may delay for a time. But to see how to navigate this, you're going to find how when you meditate and you finally write down on that paper what you need to let it go, it's going to make sense for you. Let go of what and who no longer works for you. The number of this card is the number 11. The phase is an ending. And be aware of trying to stay friends after a breakup or chasing after someone who has rejected you. When a sapling breaks, it's a very messy fracture with dozens of pieces still clinging together. Technically, the tree is broken and it will not survive. Yet, it still remains in one piece. A clean break preserves your self-esteem, and it shortens the recovery term. Grief is necessary for sure, but you can't start that grief until you get off the merry-go-round of hope and despair that comes along with hanging on and trying to fix what's clearly over. A hard message to take today is retire a worn-out ideal. Maybe even have a mini funeral. Whatever it is to help you get through this ending. But as you go your separate ways and lay this situation to rest, your energy is freed to prepare for something new and for something better, my friend. And I got to put that candle out. It is making me choke. Where's my candle holder? And of course, I can't find it. There it is. Ironically, after that message, I turned my candle out because the smell of it's too strong for what I'm breathing in. Isn't that a beautiful message? Time to put the candle out. There's been a flame lit over here for some time, just hanging on to what's left. The hardest truth is you gotta let it go. And if this may not be you, you may have gotten this card For someone else, you may have picked this pile for your lover. You may have picked this pile for your grandma. You may have picked this pile for yourself, whatever. But whoever this contains, or whoever this pertains to, that person has got to be the one to let go. And that person will be letting go because the Tower is coming. But it's not a surprise to them that it's over. It's not a surprise that there's going to be a separation. It's not a surprise that something is falling away and ending as it should. It's not a surprise. It's painful, but they knew it was coming. And this person was really just hiding as long as they could from the truth. Okay? And that really just kind of represents pile number 1. What? No, I called you earlier and you didn't answer. Check your phone. And I'm working right now. So that being said, we didn't get the death card, so that's good. But there's a symbolic energy here of just an ending. Thank you for watching pile number 1. Your secret message did reveal this is falling away for whoever this represented it for, okay? If it's for your lover with a karmic, well, then they're having a separation and it's falling away. If it's for you and a lover, well, it looks like that situation may be falling away, or you're losing your love for that person. Maybe you're getting over them. If it's for a financial situation, there's been an avoidance with it, but we're going to let that go. Maybe let it go to collections, let it go charge off, let it go. Just stop fighting for that situation and see what beautiful thing awaits you at the end of this. Because in any situation, this pile represents something good is coming. It may take a few months. I did get the vision of January, but nonetheless, once this has been over, we're going to get into a good place, a very good place of joy and happiness, fresh starts and new beginnings. You did get the overall message of surprise and the Page of Wands, so we are on our way to something good, all right? You are not alone. Okay, so anyways, we're going to move on now to pile number 2. Who out there picked, mark the time, 62 minutes. 62 minutes and 40 seconds, I believe. Pile number 2. Beautiful purple amethyst cluster. Deep, dark purple. I already know the secret message behind pile number 2. So I'll reveal that at the end. But let's go ahead and dive in to this beautiful situation. All right, are you ready? Let's do it. First card, what is in the shadows? Ooh, there's some vengeance. I'm angry. I'm taking it out on someone. She ain't playing around. This always reminds me of Children of the Corn. And a shadowy figure. Who is this mysterious figure that is taking vengeance out? And there's something in line with cutting. So pay attention to the cutting. What does that mean? Cutting things out, cutting things off, cutting oneself, making healthy cuts. We don't know. But there's something that goes along with that. Then we have a message from a lover, significant other person, or just a significant other. That's someone that means a lot to someone in a very intimate relationship. So we have, I already left that behind me. So pile number 1 or 2 may very much feel like, I'm over this person. We had a breakup. It's over. I'm angry. I want vengeance. But yet, this already happened in the past. Someone is very angry about a breakup and they're carrying it with them. And I almost feel like they're taking vengeance out on themselves if that's very weird for you. I don't know, but it's kind of the vibes I'm getting. Next, abandoned. So this person feels extremely abandoned. And they're angry. This person's like, you left me when I needed you the most. I didn't need you then, but I need you now. I'm angry with you. I love you. I wanted you here. I need you here. Why did you leave me alone? Why didn't you fight harder? Why didn't you come for me? Why wasn't I important enough for you? So this person is struggling with self-worth. The pain. And there's like a ghostly figure here, I feel, with this light that's playing tricks with me because it's like a faded card. But there's like a ghostly figure. Somebody may have died or passed away and somebody's angry that they died. How dare you? Or maybe it's just a metaphorical. Someone's no longer there with you, but their energy still lingers. See the message card that goes with that. We have piercing the mist. Again, this person is dealing with piercings or cutting, knives, sharp things. They could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy here. It's a very sharp person. Piercing the mist. Oh, and somebody may have a kitten or a cat. But in this case, again, I told you somebody died. Or it feels like somebody died because it's like grief. They didn't just leave, they died. They're no longer around. They feel dead to you. And this kitten is a ghost. And I told you I felt a spirit or a ghost in this picture. And there's the kitten. It's a ghost. Somebody may have reincarnated. I know this is weird, but perhaps reincarnated into a cat. And that person is there in that cat. Kind of just there with you, watching over you, being always there for you the way they couldn't be in life. And that could be the message for some people, that there is a reincarnated energy in an animal that's very close to you. Cats do live a long time. But nonetheless, let's continue with this message. Somebody here is also big into writing music or loves music. I know these are swords with thorns and roses around them, but I saw musical notes in these images, just in my eyes. That's what I saw, musical notes. So music may be a form of communication between you or the person you're reading for and this soul, music. And so there's gone but not lost. That's what I'm hearing, gone but not lost. So much pain and sadness. She's visiting the grave and she's crying tears of sorrow and pain and just the worst feelings you could feel. So there's something about the cold truth is they're gone and they're not coming back. I hope to God for most of you that's just metaphorical. Maybe they're never going to be their old selves again. Maybe they'll never be back in your life. Or maybe, worst case, somebody did die. But nonetheless, we have someone here that is suffering with an abandonment wound. Those are some of the most difficult sufferings to deal with. Think you miss me. So let's see, piercing the mist. Lilac, and lilacs may be somebody's favorite flowers here as well. I love lilacs. Lilac be sweet places, flowers to remember her friend, wishing he was close by. She doesn't realize that he's right beside her. He's watching her always in spirit, because grief has clouded all things for her, even the sun. However, just like the sun struggling to break through, hope lives even in despair. Even if it seems remote and veiled, the light of the sun will eventually pierce the darn mist. And then the scale of our pain becomes visible. The pain might be vast, but it's not infinite. It will have an end and an escape. I think it's fair to say pile number 2 is seriously suffering with grief. This is not just your ordinary grief. This is deep. This is soul-wrenching, deep. This person is affected in a karmic level. The person that they loved and lost. This was karma. This was fate. They have to come to terms. And they haven't. This person has not come to terms with the pain that they're dealing with. This person, that's who I'm reading for, pile number 2, amethyst. They have not dealt with or come to terms with the grief that they're feeling. The abandonment wounds, they keep saying, I've left it behind me, but they're taking it out on themselves. Somehow, some way, they're hurting themselves, causing themselves to suffer, maybe even feeling like they're to blame in some way. Another message is cut down. I told you, now I got chills. I'm scared. I'm scaring myself. We mentioned cutting. There is the axe. Very clear. Whole different deck. And here it is again. Same axe. Same. It's the darn axe. Cutting. Cut down, cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, and silent treatment. This person is silent on their pain, silent on their grief, and may have been a cutter, or is considered cutting themselves, or considered ending their lives in the way of cutting. But this person, it is contemplated, it has been crossed their mind, and they feel very unworthy. There's a self-worth situation, and they're acting again like it's no big deal. But again, this is self-hate. Self-hate, because they're not here anymore because of me. Or they didn't love me enough to fight to be here for me. They didn't make a deal with God. They didn't beg to be here. They didn't fight harder. They made bad choices, whatever it was. But this hurts. Another message that comes up is, am I constantly showing up? Am I really showing up for myself, for my life? Or is this person really showing up for themselves? Are they really being there for themselves? It says here, are they or are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you or is they stalling, freezing, or even just giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of your fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. And so far, bottom of the deck overall message from earlier is you're not taking action. Okay, this person is not taking action to be the boss and own this. Today's soul action for them is be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero, so that is who you will become. You know what? Some people that are the most scared do the most craziest things. People that deal with fear, they love to bungee jump, they love to ski, they love to parachute glide, they love to ride motorcycles, anything that gives them adrenaline so they could feel that rush and to conquer it. This is a lot of the reason why people self-harm. They feel the rush of the pain, and it's like adrenaline. And then it hurts, and then they that's how they deal with it. And they feel like, I deserve to hurt. I'm stupid, I'm ignorant, I'm cutting myself, clearly I'm an idiot. I make stupid decisions, I'm unwanted, I'm unworthy. I'm not loved anyways. So this is what I deserve, this is who I am. And it's a suffering. It's a long suffering. And, you know, a lot of the people that tend to hide from their fear are the ones that seem the most fearless. But the truth is, the biggest fear that they have is to face themselves, their feelings, their emotions. That's the biggest fear. They would rather jump out of a plane than deal with their feelings. They would rather go anywhere else 100 miles an hour than to face someone and deal with their emotions and cry. That is their fear. That's too much. I don't want to feel that. I'll feel anything else but that. So we do have someone here in pile number 2 that is struggling with feeling. And in this struggle, they give off a huge red flag, which is silent treatment. And they suffer in silence. That's a lot of what's going on with this person, is suffering in silence. And they're taking it out on themselves, from what I'm gathering. From abandonment. We have the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, the Knight of Cups in the reverse. They have a lack of love for themselves. And they better be careful, because what they attract, and if this is you, what you attract is a lack of love for yourself and people that don't love you the way they should. This is someone that is attracted to false love, fake lovers, fake friends, fake boyfriends, fake girlfriends, fake love, fake, because they can't deal with the truth. This is someone that deals with, you know what, hey, it's fine, I'm comfortable with fake people. I'm comfortable with relationships that are not very deep. They're as deep as a puddle of mud. I'm comfortable in those relationships because we don't have to get serious. We don't have to get deep. We don't have to go to that level. And that's great. It's great for me because I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to get hurt so bad to that place where I'm hurting right now, where I'm feeling abandoned, unworthy, unloved, and rejected. I don't want to love like that. So the way I deal with this is I don't get deep. So we're dealing with someone in pile number 2 that is suffering with a lack of intimacy, and they don't want to get close enough to get hurt. We're dealing with someone that likes isolation. We're dealing with someone that has not dealt with the death of somebody, or the ending, metaphorically, the death of a relationship. They are not dealing with it. Could they use counseling? Absolutely. A therapist? Yes. A healer? Absolutely. But that's what's going on. And they're in the midst of grief and suffering, and that's just the gist of it. If all you get from this person is a lukewarm energy, this is why. They don't want to get close enough. If it's you, then you don't want to get close enough. You don't want to get too deep. So there's a nice distance here, and there's sabotage here. And it's at a very surface level. The sad and unfortunate truth about this person is this. They are a very deep, very, very deep, warm, loving, passionate person. They have a heart as deep as the ocean and a soul as beautiful. They are so full of love and beautiful things. And who gets to see that? Who gets to be a part of this? No one, because they keep that at bay. It's very unfortunate that people don't get to get close enough to see how deep and how wonderful this person actually is, because they're very, very, very beautiful. And if you're watching this because it's about somebody else, then you know that they're deep and wonderful and beautiful, and you can see that truth in them. And you want to be closer and you want to get real, but they just keep you at a distance. And if it's you, then you already know the deal. You know why you're doing it and what's going on. But either way, we're going to get to the truth of the matter with this beautiful Knight of Cups in reverse. And as with the Page of Cups, when reversed, a knight can symbolize heartbreak and even just huge disappointment. This person may need to ask themselves, are they in love with a person or the idea of that person? Are they heartbroken over the reality of who that person was? Or the fictional story they want to believe that person was? And there is a level of fantasy with the Knight of Cups. It's like your mother dying, but you never knew your mother. Perhaps she was a drug addict and died of an overdose when you were 2, just hypothetical. And you spend your life feeling abandoned and rejected and unwanted. Like, why didn't she choose you over the drugs? Why weren't you more important? Why wasn't she strong enough? Didn't she love you enough? And you can spend your life just memorializing what it could have been, the mom she could have been, the mom she should have been. And there's this suffering and this pain, grief of all of those fantasies that never happened. And then this card begs the question, are you really suffering over what you lost, or the fantasy of what could have been lost? And this is where you have to kind of get real with yourself, right? Show up for you and get real and say, you know what, just hypothetical, I'm grieving the loss of my mom. She wasn't a great mom. She was selfish. I'm sad for her. I'm sad that she didn't show up for herself. I'm sad that she wasn't strong enough for herself. Hypothetical, right? And I grieve the loss of a mom I never had. I grieve the loss of something I wished I would have been able to experience. And that's the loss. It's not her. It's my life, that I didn't have that kind of a mother. And just really mourning and grieving that person who wasn't that great, wasn't all that you fantasized that person to be. And that's sometimes the reality, right? That's not them. And it just kind of helps you deal with it, because sometimes we grieve too long for a fantasy. And I know, I that's what helped me grieve one of my fiancés when I was like 19. I had dreams of having children with him and being married, and we fantasized about what kind of nursery we'd have and our wedding and how many kids and blah, 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 and our wedding, and he was handsome, and, we felt love. And when he died, I was completely destroyed and heartbroken, really suffering. But then when I went to the funeral to find out there was another woman that had been seeing him that was his longtime ex, and I'll never know the real truth, if all she said was real or not. Maybe she was still hanging on, I don't know. But the fact that what they had was really deep and close, and some of the things she mentioned had facts behind it. And it numbed that pain a little bit, because my fantasy was dimmed. And when I found out later that where he had passed, it wasn't just a friend's house, it was another woman's house that he was fooling around with, gave me more insight that the man I'm living with, the man I'm engaged to, the man that we're planning this life together is not the man that died. The man that died that I'm here mourning at the funeral is a liar. I'm sure he loved me, but not to the depth that I would like to believe. And that harsh reality, thank God, gave me the ability to grieve at not a very deep level. Just, you know what? This is what it was. Thank God I was given that clarity. Imagine if I never had. Imagine if those secrets never came out. I might have spent a lifetime grieving someone that didn't deserve all of that grief. You know, it's okay to grieve someone you love, even if they weren't perfect. It's still good to grieve them because you love them, but there's certain levels. And when dealing with a parent that's died, you may be grieving really bad for someone that you never knew, like a dad that you never met, or you don't remember meeting, or you didn't have a closeness with, but you hear so many good things about him, and you're just grieving that you could have had those memories and those experiences, but it wasn't there. And dealing with that abandonment is a suffering I don't wish on anybody. Knowing that, like the hypothetical drug addict mother, they couldn't choose you. They chose some other addiction, some other thing besides you, hurts. But that's their loss. And the best thing for you to remember is they didn't choose you because they didn't love themselves. And I want you to take that from this reading, from this video. The revenge, the cutting, the self-hate, the self-harm, the sabotage. They did that in this relationship. They sabotaged this relationship. They hurt themselves. They didn't allow themselves to get close or to get deep because they were already wounded. They were already wounded. They couldn't allow themselves to get deep. They were dealing with their own issues. And so whoever's watching this, just know whomever you're suffering over, a dad, a mom, a husband, a wife, a lover, a friend, if you're feeling abandoned and rejected and unloved and unimportant, if you're watching this, just know that you are beautiful. You are smart and good and worthy and wonderful. This wasn't about you. Their life mission wasn't about you, and that's hard. Their life mission was to help change you. Their life mission was for you to experience them and to come out the other side, to be there for someone else, to show people who are grieving and suffering from those feelings on how to be worthy, how to feel better, how to come out of this. Your suffering is your gift, and you're meant to help others like yourself, but you're also meant to help yourself. Your soul is a very strong one, and your soul was meant to come out on top of this. Your soul was meant to heal through this very deep, penetrating grief. You were meant to find the light in a very dark situation. And when you're able to do that, when you're able to find the good and the beauty and the love in a dark situation, you're one of the most wisest, most intuitive, most giving people in the world. Once you've achieved that, I want you to take it upon yourself today to look into this person that didn't love themselves. And I want you to know that they couldn't love you, honey. They couldn't love you because they couldn't love themselves. And it's not that they didn't love you at all. When I mean they couldn't love you, I mean they couldn't protect you. They couldn't be there every day. They couldn't be the support that you needed. that you deserved. They couldn't be that strength, that love, that endurance that you needed. They just couldn't. That's what I mean by they couldn't love you. It's not that they didn't love you. It's they couldn't. They loved you to the most capability that they could love you. They hugged you, they kissed you, they cared for you. Maybe they wanted the best for you. Maybe they prayed for you. Maybe they left you in good hands. Maybe they thought of you 10 times a day but never told you. Maybe they thought that by staying away from you, that was the best thing for you. Sometimes that's the most wonderful kind of love from a selfish, toxic person, is to hide themselves away, not to hurt you. Because imagine if perhaps this toxic individual, this drug addict parent, or this toxic abusive individual was around you. They may have hurt you. They may have bruised your body. They may have screamed and yelled at you. They may have said things that they never wanted to say to you. They may have hurt others in front of you, so you would see them as a monster. You may have seen them hurt themselves and grown to hurt yourself. Sometimes the best kind of love someone can give is to stay away and maybe not think of it as abandonment. Think of it as love. That's one of the hardest things to do, is to leave someone that you know loves you so you don't hurt them. And this is the kind of person that would do it. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to hurt you in any way. They want to keep you beautiful and perfect and untarnished. And so they feel like they are the dirty, dark night that needs to go, and sometimes you need to think of it that way. But whoever's dealing with this, they're dealing with the abandonment, and it feels very, very painful. So that's what this person in pile number 2 is really going with. And it's time for them to take a good look at what is real and what is genuine in their life. What was the reality of this relationship? And just check if they really need a reality check. Are they really grieving over somebody worth it? Is this person worth your blood, your tears, your shame, and your pain? And if this is someone like family that you really love, let them go with love. Say, you know what, it hurts me that you weren't there, but I'm kind of glad you weren't, because it could have been worse. And there's a reality check that needs to be seen here, okay? So this is piercing the mist, piercing the fantasy, and just love hurts, Another message from this person, perhaps, afraid. Yep, this person says, I was afraid, honey. I am afraid to let you down. I was afraid to let you down. I'm going to speak of them as past tense because I feel they're dead and gone, or they feel dead and gone, whoever this is. But we're going to get a message from them. I was afraid to let you down once you got to know me. I didn't want to disappoint you, so I avoided you. I didn't feel I was enough for you. I didn't feel I was good enough for you. I had to overcome this, but they didn't. They had to see themselves as you saw them, which was wonderful, but they weren't ready. This is a wounded person. So, honey, if you picked pile number 2, this person was too wounded to deal with this. They ran away because they didn't want to hurt you. They ran away because they didn't want to be a disappointment. It was nothing to do with you. Do you get that? Nothing. You were enough. You were more than enough. You were always enough. It was them. It was a them issue. And they're praying to God right now that you don't make this a you issue. This is not a you problem. This is a them problem. And that needs to come through very clear for pile number 2. What is transforming for pile number 2? Strategy. You need to come up with a new strategy. Okay, think about the future. You don't want to be stuck like this in the future. Okay? You don't want to be stuck. You're better than this. So whatever plan you had, be it do this wild thing, do this crazy thing, do this, do that, whatever plans you had, toss it. Come up with a new strategy. Your old plan, your old way of life, it's burning because you're having a revelation that you're grieving too much for something or someone that's not worth all that grief. And it was never you. And so this is a, how do I love myself again? That's what this is. And you really do need to find a new strategy on how to love yourself again, how to be the you that you need to be. All right? And we're going to read strategy. Oh, this reading is taking a lot longer than I planned on. I'm so sorry, everybody. But it should be time-stamped nonetheless. So for everyone, it won't be this long. So strategy is about brainstorming and setting your course, honey. The chess players here are equally matched. Each person struggles over the power they want to impose on the other. It's the opposite forces of fire and water. Strategic thinking and carefully decided action offer the way out. This duality card of air shows up in the elements of conflict. Fire and water clash in a game of chess. The energy of fire moves up while the water moves down. We may need two plans, one for advance and another for retreat. There is more than one way to tackle this situation and achieve your goals. Air is the most flexible of all elements, and the only one that interacts to increase the potency of water into a hurricane, flame into a raging wildfire, or earth into a dust storm. Harness the power of the mind to make an abstract plan and think things through and think their consequences before acting. I repeat, think about the consequences of your actions. Do not think what's going to happen this month, this year, next week. What about your life? How is this going to affect your life? How is picking up that drug going to affect your life 10 years from now? How is drinking going to affect your life 10 years from now? Cutting going to affect your life? How is getting on that motorcycle going to affect your life? Are you even going to have a life 10 years from now? And how is that going to affect the others around you? What ripple effect are you going to leave in this world? How can you change it and make it better and brighter? Are you being selfish? Are you being considerate? Or is there a healthy balance? Were you once someone that cared about animals and cared about the world, cared about the homeless, cared about the environment, and now you're more of a person that cares about self-gratification? Think about the effects that something is having on your life. When you're trying to navigate your feelings, please try thinking about how they will affect. Hard decisions are a part of life. You're going to plot your course to advance, or else you're going to be stonewalled. Sometimes hard decisions are not the ones we want to make. Thinking of hard decisions, I'm thinking about the hard decisions people had to make in our history. The hard decisions of, I don't have a lot of options. My family needs me. I have to go to war at 16 years old, in the Civil War. The hard decisions of, I have to be there for my children. I can't go off and be a writer in New York. I need to support my family and love them and bring them up. I brought them in this world. That's my responsibility. It's hard decisions. The hard decision to keep a child maybe you didn't consider keeping, or giving up a child you considered keeping. Just thinking about all the hard decisions people face. Quiet! I'm sorry. And how that changes them. Even back, we'll just go back to 60 years ago. Kids having to work, paper routes, grocery store bagging jobs, babysitting. In my grandpa's case, picking up beets and vegetables and potatoes and things like that in other farms in other states for the summer just to help provide for the family. Him going to the military to provide for the family, even though he wasn't married, didn't have any children. He took on the responsibility to help his sisters with their children and his parents with their home and be there for them. He even made bricks with his own feet and hands and made like an adobe brick house for his parents because their home wasn't good enough. He did what he could, and the choices that he made were difficult, hard choices, but he knew he had to make them. He could have chosen to go off in the military, drink, have another life in another state, and kind of just turn his back on his family because they were poor or needy, but he made a hard decision to be there for them. That shows character. That's what it shows. He also chose not to marry someone from overseas and fall into temptation. Many of his comrades, all married wives from Japan, from wherever else they went, brought home wives that they just married out of lust. It wasn't out of something else. He made the sacrifice to not fall into temptation, but to wait and pursue marrying a girl that was of his same faith. He was a devout Catholic. He wanted someone of his same faith, of his same culture. Why? That was a sacrifice because he wanted his children to be raised and brought up a certain way. He wanted his lineage and his family to be brought up a certain way. So the sacrifices of lust, the sacrifices of self-gratification fell folly to the decision of family. So I don't know, that's what came to my mind with the thought of strategy, years later, sacrifice, and hard decisions. And it is all like a game of chess. One decision leads to the next and to the next and to the next. It's like fate. But one decision changes it all. And whoever's reading or whoever's watching Pound Number 2, you're one decision away from changing your life, from putting down the drink, from quitting smoking marijuana and being a loser at life, from doing irrational things that will harm yourself and your family, from hurting yourself and closing doors where there once was opportunities. Hard decisions mean cutting off friends who are not really friends. Hard decisions are looking at the reality of someone that you're grieving and not fantasizing of who they could have been, would have been, and what would have been lost, but more into what was actually lost. So this Pound Number 2 is a hard reality, and it's about hard decisions. And it's as hard as a rock, isn't it? That brings me to my secret message. The word that came to me with this rock for you was deep, depth. How deeply emotional you are, how deeply feeling you are. What a deep, beautiful person. This is beautiful. What a deep and beautiful person you are. I think something you need to hear that you don't believe about yourself, and I'm going to repeat it 3 times. You're beautiful. You're very beautiful. You're extremely beautiful. This is something that you may need to accept and say to yourself 3 times a day. I am beautiful. I am very beautiful. But not just beautiful on the outside, which this is the outside, by the way, but beautiful on the inside, like geodes. You're so much more beautiful on the inside. Do you believe that? Do you believe that you're beautiful on the inside? And this is for Pound Number 2. Mostly this person needs to believe that they are beautiful and they are wanted and they are important. And just because someone in your past maybe didn't show you that, it doesn't have any reflection of you. That is a reflection of them. They were dealing with some self-hate. They were dealing with some self-issues. And it really, honestly to truthfully, had nothing to do with you. And you just really need to believe it. Because you have a struggle. If it's about you or someone that you're reading for, this person has a real hard time believing in self-worth. And they're making a lot of bonehead decisions because of it. And this is about getting real. Get real with yourself. Deal with your feelings. Come up with a strategy. Don't be like them. Don't be afraid of who you are, and don't be afraid of the truth. Get down to the truth of yourself. And just know that that person that you loved, or that person that abandoned you, that person that hurt you, it was never about you. It was about them. And thank them today in your grief. Thank you for the gift of teaching me how to be a stronger, wiser person because of that. That was such a hard thing to deal with. Now that I've dealt with it, I can move on and help others and be that rock and be a stronger person. You are a pillar of strength. And just one tidbit before we close on that. Did you know that person, whomever is no longer around, their energy, their spirit is with you? You never really were abandoned. There's a small testament of truth in this reading. Get more in touch with your spiritual side, because you're going to get signs that they are still here. Honestly. And a purple amethyst may be a sign, but you're going to get signs that they're still here. And if you do have a special furry friend, their energy and spirit, if they've passed on, may be living with you underneath your very nose. And they are hugging you and kissing you and loving you as much as they wish they could have in real life. And if they've done something naughty to you, like pee on your bed or your things, they don't like what you're doing. And they're telling you, stop hurting yourself, or stop doing this to yourself, or stop talking to these people, or stop wearing that. Change your sleep habits if they pee on your bed. They don't like what you're doing. So just know that there's still a guide in that cat or that furry friend. They are still a guide. They're still here watching you, with you, and loving you. And if you want a hug from them, you don't want to feel abandoned, look inside that furry little person inside them and know that they're still there. They're still around. I don't know. I know it's crazy, but that's the message I got for pile number 2. Okay. All right. And maybe somebody here liked to play chess. That may be a very strong sign. Also, the number 6 may be a strong number. But chess may be a little clue for someone here. I don't know. All right, so that concludes pile number 2. Now I'm going to get into pile number... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I already told you the secret message. Deep depth. A very deep and loving person. That was the secret message. You chose the amethyst because it represents a depth. The depth inside of a rock. The depth beneath the ocean. The depth inside someone. Very deep, very loving person. And one last message I want to give you from this person that's no longer with you. They love you very deeply, more than you could ever understand. They love you very, very, very deeply. And I just want you to know that, because they want you to know that. They love you very deeply. All right. So, tears almost came to my eyes in that reading. Thank you for watching. Pile number 2, 109 minutes, whatever that is, in hours and minutes, you guys can figure out. But 109 minutes is where I'm at, and we are now starting pile number 2. This is a weird sound from outside came over me just now, just saying. This is the elephant. This is Ganesha, and it's Jasper, I believe. and it represents the root chakra. So if you picked this, you're resonating with Ganesha, the god of obstacles. Okay? And we'll get to that secret message at the end. But let's start with this video, pile number 3. First card out is shocking. There's something very shocking in this video, just a shocking truth to be had. This might be a very shocking message. You might want to get ready for this. You might be surprised at what lies beneath this message. Maybe it was very shocking. Oh, well, a message from your lover or your significant other, if you picked this pile. I loved you then. I love you still. I always have, and I always will. All right, that may be shocking for you to hear, but there it is. The next one is forgiveness. They're really hoping that someday you'll be able to forgive them. I hope you can forgive me for whatever I've done, whatever I've said, whatever's happened between us. I know that I must have shocked you. I know that what you went through must have been just terrible. This may be shocking that they still love you, but that's what we have coming out. All right, let's see. Next. What do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? If you picked this pile, you may also be, this could be a little bit about love and a little bit about money, okay? Love and money, both two very, very desirable things in our world. God, do we want love and money? But what are your beliefs about money? You know, make sure that you are having a healthy relationship with money. So many people struggle with a relationship with money. It's ridiculous. So many people say money is the root of all evil. So many people say, I'm fine with what I have. So many people say, I don't want much. I don't care about money. So many people push away money and they don't even realize. They're like, get away from me, money. I want nothing to do with you. People hate money. A lot of people. You'd be surprised. They need it so much, but they hate it so much. And it's a toxic relationship with money. And so, you know, Lakshmi represents money. And if it's easier for you to think about money in the form of a woman as Lakshmi, then maybe you should think about money in the form of Lakshmi. Because think about how you would treat this woman. Do you want her to go away? Do you want to tell her she's not enough, she's no good, she's toxic? She's going to go away. Treat money like you would treat Lakshmi. Welcome her into your home. I love money. Money is wonderful. I don't idolize money, but money is very important. You know, I respect money. I appreciate money. I'm very happy that money is coming to me to take care of my family and our needs. This is the healthy way to have a relationship with money, is to say, I appreciate you and I welcome you and I'm so gracious to have as much money as I can possibly have, to get my hands on as much money as possible for myself. So make sure you're doing that. It says here, how does your relationship with money affect your current financial situation? Question mark. How does it affect? Do you believe you are worthy of great wealth? Do you believe you are capable of great wealth? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Do you want to be around money? Does money want to be around you? Money is an energy like anything else. It doesn't want to reside in a filthy, cluttered home. It doesn't want to reside in a filthy, dirty person. It doesn't want to reside in a negative, toxic person. Money wants to be nowhere near dirty, toxic, unhealthy, or angry. Money wants nothing to do with it. Think of money as an energy, a living thing. Money will come to you when you are, well, much like how you attract animals. You're calm, you're at peace, you're grateful, you're welcoming. Money loves to come to you when you're in a good state. a good energy. So it ebbs and it flows. You are worthy of money. You are worthy of its responsibility in your life to heal your relationships with money as a part of waking up to the whole you and your purpose. So many people, we wish we could barter. We wish we didn't have to have money, coins, paper. But even before we had money, we had trade, barter. We had you do this for me, I do this for you. I give you some of my hunt, you give me some of your cooked whatever you've got going on over there. You know, I give you my furs, you give me these weapons, these tools, these things to protect myself. Whatever it is, trade and barter. Before there was ever money, there was trade. And it represented the same thing money does today. It represented a token of value. And there was something of value. And when you want high value things in your life, you need to give high value. Think of it as giving. And that's why they say the one that gives gathers. It's still an energy of trade. Many people work very hard for their money. What is their value? They value themselves as a lowly worker bee. They have to go clock in, clock out, and make very little dime. This is their value. This is what they have to offer, minimal services. So they get minimal pay. People that have higher value, higher education, higher experience, they can come to the table and say, I require more, because they're skilled in their trade. And they know it. They offer a high value and they get more. So what is your relationship with money? Where do you value yourself on terms of earning money? And that speaks a lot too about single moms, or stay-at-home moms, who very much undervalue themselves. They don't feel worthy of being at home. They don't want to be carried. They don't want to be provided for. They don't want to be taken care of. They want to pull their own weight. So the value that they have with themselves is, I'm not worthy enough in my marriage to be provided for. I'm not worthy enough to be protected for. I'm not. I have to go pull my own weight. That's a dysfunction with money and value. And when a woman, this is just examples, guys. It's not your story, just examples. When a woman says, I am high value, I bring the job of many. I build a home. I build a family. I create life. I create health and vitality through what you eat. I create health and vitality in what you see, hear, and breathe in. I create your life force, your longevity. I create the ability to either help you to live a long life or a short life. I create the ability for you to be taken care of in old age or not. I create the ability to nourish your soul and help you grow and become much more than you are. Or I create the energy of prohibiting you and stopping you from becoming more. I can encourage you or discourage you. I can stress you or bless you. That is what a woman will bring to the family. And what is that value? What does a man see as that value? What is that worth? And all the many jobs that a stay-at-home person will do. What does it cost today to hire a cleaner to clean a home? What does it cost to hire a personal chef? What does it cost to hire someone to go to the store and pick something up for you and drop it off? What does it cost to have someone do your laundry? What does it cost to have daycare provide childcare for your family? What does it cost to pay a doctor to set up a dietary plan for you? Or a counselor? These are all jobs that the mother will do, the wife will do. These are duties, jobs, and believe me, there's value. And it's, again, do you want me to stress you or bless you? And this is where it's, it comes down to monetary value, money. But when you think about money, it's not just cash and coins. It's value. So I want you guys to look at this card and say, okay, we're not just talking about cash and coins. We're talking about value. What is my relationship with value? What do I believe about my value? And what do I believe about the money I'm earning. And this, let's talk about men, because I don't want you guys to think, oh, Steph, you just favor women. You're always talking about women. No, let's talk about men. What value do you have, sir? What do you bring to the table? What do you provide? And if you come, you deserve what? If you're bringing protection, providing, love, nourishment, security, safety, friendship, counseling, the ability to give and grow a family, the ability to give. You are bringing to the table children. You are bringing to the table a home. You are bringing to the table the means to eat and be protected. You are bringing to the table security and protection for that family circle. You are high value. Now, of course, we all vary between men and women and the value of the home. Who's bringing what? There are some women that don't bring high value to the home. Yes, there are some women that don't do anything and they don't offer those services. They don't offer cooking or cleaning or childbearing, or they don't offer emotional friendly support. There are maybe some women that don't offer that. Well, then that's a lower value woman. And that is someone that in the work field would make mediocre because they're not bringing a lot to the employer. Now, for men, you may provide no home. Perhaps you can provide very little. Well, then you would be low value, just like in the employee work field world. Some men may provide an apartment and rentals, and that may be enough to sustain. What is that value versus a man that may be able to provide a home bought under their name and ownership of property and land and home? What value are you bringing to her then? A man may bring the value of being physically fit, a good protector, and a good security and provider for that family. You're bringing a high value. What does it take to create that? Working out, eating healthy, taking care of yourself. You are high value, and you're bringing to that family protection, that they have nothing to fear in the eyes of an enemy. So you bring protection and security. See, these are tokens of high value. And if you were in an employer world, what would you bring? Experience, knowledge, wisdom, education. That's what you bring to the home in forms of being a provider and a protector. So yes, men also, you have high value. So this is a form of trade. And I was just bringing up family for a trade and barter, because really, a marriage is, what do you offer me and what do I offer you? Is this a good deal? Do we fit well? Do we mesh well? Can we build something good together? That's what the marriage should bring. So when you think about what you believe about money, just remember, what do you value about yourself? And do your beliefs match those dreams? Do you dream of a protecting, providing, nourishing husband? Is that what you want? Are you living a life that would be complementary to that man for what he would expect? And vice versa for the man. If you want a beautiful, childbearing, giving, loving woman, wife, feminine, male or woman doesn't make it, male or female doesn't make a difference. But if you want that loving, giving person to give you a home and build a family, what are you bringing? Are you fantasizing? Are you living a life worthy of what you're dreaming of? So pile number 3, these are your obstacles. These are the hardships, the hard truth that Ganesha wants you to face. The elephant is that marriage is hard work. Career is hard work. It's difficult, and you must be strong and durable, thick-skinned, much like the elephant. You're going to have to be strong to endure these years of career, these years of marriage, these years of whatever it is you're seeking in pile number 3. But know that it's worth it. This has longevity. It's strong like a rock, a good foundation. And if you start on a good foundation, it has longevity. And so Ganesha wants you to know, hey, let's talk about money. Let's talk about value. The same way you value yourself is the same way money is going to be welcomed into your home. Are you welcoming money? Last, I will touch on this with this card. Feng Shui, very important. What is your home saying about money? Make sure your entry is welcoming, your foyer is welcoming. This is a feng shui secret that everyone should know. There should not be shoes in your entryway. That does not attract wealth. I will give you a tip, and I do offer feng shui services. If you would like my help to feng shui your home and attract wealth, health, vitality, and love, please contact me for a consultation. Okay, but let's just start with that one little secret. Do not have your shoes in the foyer. Do you think kings and queens have shoes in the foyer? Absolutely not. This is the same with Lakshmi, with wealth. You are going to create obstacles with yourself if you have shoes in the entry. It stinks, number one, literally it smells. And you'll know that if you stick them in a box and you close it, you'll start to smell the smells. So trust me, you may not notice it because it's more out in the open, but your shoes will stink. So it is good to have them put away. It's all unsightly. High value money does not want to be welcomed into a home of shoes at the foyer. Not at the front door, not near the front door. If you have shoes in your foyer because you don't want people to wear shoes in and out, completely understandable. We all are at that point now. Kings and queens didn't realize, hello, we're not being very health conscious. But then again, they didn't have the nasty things that we have today. Plus, all of their floors were hard, so they didn't have carpets. They didn't really know. But the point is, if you want to leave your shoes, put them in a shoe box. IKEA has a very small little cabinet curio, whatever, very thin, that has drawers that you can open and stick your shoes in and slots and close it. And you could put little knickknacks, keys, candles on top. You won't even see the shoes. And it's very thin, so it could fit right behind a door or near your door entry. Or you could just get some kind of a pretty basket with a lid or a bench where you can have them hidden away. But a feng shui secret is do not have shoes there. Okay, I said my piece. That is a very quick fix. It's a quick fix. There's some other things that we can touch on later in a private consultation about attracting wealth. There are certain things you can do, certain colors, certain items to place at your front foyer, entry, patio, or porch, or door entry that will attract money in. And we could talk about that in a consultation, but do your research if you want to do it on your own. But this is about attracting wealth. And whatever you track into that home, it says a lot about your wealth. So I think shoes did need to be touched for pile number 3. You probably have a shoe thing going on in your home, or I wouldn't have brought it up. So that being said, make some little changes because your beliefs about money need to change. That includes feng shui, value of self, career, jobs, and money in general. So anyways, I don't know. I just wanted to touch on that. This may be shocking, but there we go. And what is another message? Queen of Hearts. Look at that. She just cut that snake in half. Rahu is here, the head of the snake, the head of the serpent. The tail is gone, so we're not dealing with Ketu. We're dealing with Rahu here. So look at your north node of the moon or your Rahu if you study Vedic. That zodiac sign is going to talk to you. There is some karma that you're dealing with Rahu. And you got to deal with the head of the snake. So you got to see what's going on. Now, again, we have obstacles. We have mountains. We've got Ganesha here. If you picked pile number 3, you are dealing with an insurmountable amount of obstacles in your life. There is an obstacle that you need to deal with that is blocking you from money and blocking you from love. The secret of your obstacle lies in Rahu. Only you know your chart. If you want your chart professionally done, again, you can hire me. Be happy to do your chart. It's $99. We can talk about your chart. That's available on my website. But if you don't want to use me, do it on your own. But Rahu, the north node of the moon, is going to speak greatly about the biggest obstacle you have in love and in money. So I want you to dive into your astrology. Find out what that is. And it has something to do with Taurus, perhaps. Notice the antlers on her, which is very Taurus. Taurus or Aries, the ram. Okay? May even be Gemini because of Mixida, the image of the deer. And she is wearing stag antlers, the deer. So Gemini, Taurus, or Aries. Oh, that's ironic. They're in a row. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. They're 3 in a row. Isn't that interesting? And I didn't plan that. I was just thinking of the images, what that was meaning. If you have Rahu, or the North Node of the Moon, in Gemini, Taurus, or Aries, this may very predominantly hit you at home. Or someone you love or that you're in a relationship with. That may be a barrier or a block. Anyways, let's see what this has to say, my friend. Queen of Hearts. It's easy to see how the Queen of Hearts symbolizes self-sacrifice. From her wound comes new life from the roses growing from her, from the drops of blood. She gains wisdom from a lesson learned. As depicted by the serpent's steady gaze, we tend to think of self-sacrifice as very dramatic and maybe even severe. Yet, paradoxically, we confront it most often in the humble acts of kindness, what we offer to others. The Queen reminds you that for every single sacrifice you make, your soul matures and you disengage further from the bonds of material possessions. Be glad to give your time or your wisdom. Both you and the recipient benefit in the end. Give your time and your wisdom. You have something inside of you that can service others. It's a gift. It's a valuable gift. We talked about the marriage, right? The trade. You are a high-value spouse, high-value lover, or high-value employee. This message is A, for work, you need to be your own employer. You need to be your own boss. You need to cut the work relationship of working for somebody else. That's a message for this person, and that is your obstacle. You're going to have to be brave enough to be strong enough to work for yourself. In relationships, you need to value yourself enough to be whoever you need to be in that relationship. You are worthy and high value, and that's the message you need to take. You are high value, and you need to fix that relationship of your worth here. So to me, yeah, Queen of Hearts is cut down that toxic karma you have. Rahu, by the way, is smoke and mirrors. He is illusions. Rahu instills fear. He represents wildness. And he also represents falsehood, lies, deception, trickery, which is why he's smoke and mirrors. There's somewhat of an illusion with Rahu. He's fake. He's fluff and puff. He's all bite, no bark. But you have to conquer him, the head of the dragon. So if this sits in whatever house, it doesn't matter if it's in Gemini, Aries, or Taurus, conquer that smoke and mirrors. Conquer that all bite, no bark. There's something that prevents you from being worthy enough in this relationship, or worthy enough to work for your own self, worthy enough to feel like you're worthy enough of a lot of great wealth. I feel like great wealth is yours, but you first have to conquer the demon inside you. Great wealth is here with Ganesha. He blesses great wealth, but you have to get out of your own way, and you must conquer your karmas first. Ganesha was very representative of Saturn, and Saturn is very much like that. Saturn helps rule Ganesha, the obstacles, the god of obstacles and hardships, which is very much Saturn. And he is actually the planet of great wealth. Saturn is the secret to wealth and success, but he always represents tough, hard-learned lessons. He also represents hard work and determination, but he does it very honestly. And He wants you to suffer through long suffering before you get that reward. He just wants to make sure you've done the work. It is a test. So you are being tested in some karma here for pile number 3. This may be a shock, but let's get in to more of your reading now. Next, we have blowing a kiss. Unconditional love, giving and receiving, fairness and love and affection returned. A lot of this message is give to get. Forgive, give. Okay, this person still loves you. You get what you give. If you give unforgiveness, you're gonna receive unrest. If you give lack, you're gonna receive it. You get the drift, right? So blow kisses, blow love, give out goodness and fairness so it can be returned. Remember, the one that gives gathers. If you resonate with this number 3, part of your karma is to give 6 things away every Saturday for 6 weeks. 6 things every Saturday for 6 weeks. Traditionally, it's good to give white things away, especially sweet things to do with milk, which is very Lakshmi, very the moon, very Venus, very feminine, very rich. Puddings, custards, sweet things like that, I guess. Milky things, sweetness to give away to people. If you give away 6, you might get some luck in return. That's just a little thing to do. But also giving of your time. If you give of your time, which is a lot of the reason I give 6 free readings away every Saturday. If you give your time, your services, your gifts to someone every Saturday, you'll be blessed 6 times the measure. Say you want to donate every Saturday to someone, and every Saturday you give them $6. You'll get 6 times that. If you donate $60 every Saturday, you'll get 6 times that. If you donate 6 hours of your time every Saturday towards someone, especially the elderly, the sick, those who are always giving in service, if you give to them, oh, Ganesha loves it. Saturn loves it. Please give to the wounded, give to the hurt, give to the ill, give to the old, give to the children, give to the impoverished of society, give to the ones that don't have 1 million subscribers, give to the ones that deserve it. Believe me, Ganesha blesses much, much, much more than you could ever imagine. I don't know. So there's a message about love and money here. Another message. The Lover's card. You are all about love and money here. You may also have a relationship with a Capricorn. Now that I think of it with these horns, are you in a connection with a Capricorn? I think you are. But nonetheless, we have a Gemini here. We have the Lovers. And there is a beautiful destined relationship that is meant to be yours. This person is someone you're going to have to forgive. But they're a soulmate. They're a destined lover and maybe even a twin flame. They are going to give you love and affection. There's going to be a shocking return of an old flame. This old flame may even have a snake tattoo or with cherry blossoms. But there's a return of a lover. And this is a true deep love. And the message of the snake may also be important for you because there's a snake here and a snake here. So the snake may be your spirit animal in the Chinese zodiac, or it could represent something symbolic to you. The snake sheds its skin and it grows. The snake is wise and shrewd. The snake is versatile and can get out of many situations. And even though his hands are tied because he has no hands, no legs, no arms, no nothing, he still manages his way to climb. He found a way, so he's very versatile. So yes, he's sneaky too, but this snake is versatile and he always finds a way. So this is about facing. Facing what? Facing forgiveness, facing your issues, facing someone that karmically has to face you again. You will come face to face with your soulmate. What is a message from them? Divine guidance. Yeah, this is a twin flame or divine soulmate for sure, if it's love. I am amazed at how the universe brought us together. Everything keeps falling into place for us. There are divine forces at work guiding us to union. Absolutely. Divine is working behind the scenes for us. And if you look back at our journey, you'll see it too. Wow. So the snake, also representing Rahu, could be in those signs about your lover. You may be karmically tied to a lover because of Rahu, and he's bringing you ever closer. Expect a reunion with this soulmate or lover. And as far as money goes, money's coming to get you. If you make some small changes in what you believe and how you treat money, it's coming. You're meant for wealth. If you picked pile number 3, this is not a little tiny bit of wealth. This is great wealth. You may be the first millionaire in your family. But if you picked pile number 3, great money is in store for you, and you are being guided by Rahu and Ganesha. They're guiding you. Follow that guidance. Make some changes. Attract wealth. All right, the last message. What has been changed in your life? What is transforming? Prayer, faith, and belief. That's why we have prayer. Your belief system is changing and being transformed. You may need to pray every morning, every night at a certain time. That's all Ganesha. Praying every night and every morning at a specific time. Perhaps in a specific direction. Showing Ganesha, showing Saturn, showing Spirit, I'm dedicated, I'm loyal, I'm true, and I'm deserving. And I believe that my relationship will change, or I believe that my financial situation will change. So prayer is going to help you very, very greatly. But not only just prayer, belief. Belief is going to help you very greatly in love and money. Tell the universe your dearest secret wish. It is a mystery what happens during a prayer. But did you know scientifically when people are praying, it stimulates that third eye. It stimulates the power of belief and who you're connecting with, and it turns on and amplifies the power of attraction and manifestation. It connects you to the divine spirit. Here we have a bride focused and humble, and she sends her heartfelt wishes to the universe, and she feels herself protected by light and strength. This is a water card, and it connects to our deepest heart and beliefs, to the fire of divine light. The rainbow symbolizes a myriad of possibilities that open up through prayer and belief. When we tune into the prayer channel, our hearts open up and connect with all beings in all situations, all solutions, and all probabilities. Prayer is a miracle of the human being. A sphere of protection encloses the praying bride. The sphere is sacred geometry, reminding us that our whole self is rounded, and it includes all parts: emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. Prayer reconnects us with our total being. Perhaps part of you resisted prayer Maybe it was denial. Maybe it was laziness. Maybe it was skepticism. Maybe just busyness. By blocking your connection to the divine and resisting the power of belief and prayer, it made it very quiet to the things you wanted. Make sure that you focus your breath and inhale slowly and deeply every day. Let everything else fall away and connect to the divine. Feel gratitude and wonder on how your heart beats and how you live, and feel gratitude and wonder at how you are a being on this planet. Let your problems float to the surface. Expose it to the sky, dissolving in celestial light of the sun and the moon and the stars and all that is divine. Something will shift. That is the gift of prayer, a healing, a releasing, a giving, and a receiving. And the secret message that I got for pile number 3 was lasting, enduring, strong, longevity. You have the power to have a long-lasting, strong, and durable marriage or relationship. If you believe in that, you have the power to have an everlasting, strong, and enduring, solid wealth and financial relationship with money, with providing, with protecting for your family and your children and your so on, your loved ones. But it starts with belief. And if you have a strong belief, this was the secret message, strength and a strong belief, you will overcome all obstacles, anything in your way. You will continue to walk through all storms, all hardships, all problems, and stomp through them like this elephant, like Ganesha, to overcome your obstacles. But it starts with the strong power of mind and belief and a strong relationship with the Creator. Once you create that foundation, that rock that you are gated and strong and held in the power of your belief, nothing can stand in your way. So this is being strong and enduring. That's what I got for pile number 3. All right. Oh, that was a long one. 2 more to go. And guys, I planned on catching up with stuff today, but you know what? It's been a long one. We've been here 147 minutes. Give me a little more time. I know. I'm getting back on the horse, everybody. Recovering from being ill. Cut me a little slack here. I know you've been missing me and needing me and waiting on me, but I'm on it. But this reading is a blessing, and there is truth here for you if you've picked your number and your pile, okay? So let's be grateful for this. I can't possibly finish this message and then do other catch-ups as well. I just don't have it in me. But I will come back and I will do that. Let's just go with the flow here and let the universe do what it needs to do with me. But this next card, this next message is going to be for number 4. So whoever has picked number 4, for whatever this means, for whatever's going on, take a moment and just resonate with that.
Hi. What? Did I scare you?
Excuse me. I am so mad that I can't even tell you. I hate that. I told you don't creep up on me. It's really not funny.
Be glad I wasn't wearing a Pennywise costume.
You are a terrible human being.
Am I? I scared her, everybody.
As usual.
I was too quiet. If any of you guys heard me enter the room.
No one heard you.
Really?
You're terrible. You're terrible.
Guys, did you hear me enter the room?
Just get off my chair.
Hold on.
No.
I want to ask them a question.
No. I'm working and you interrupted what I was going to get into. You know, just so you guys know, I'm sitting here. Get off my thing.
Okay.
I was sitting here quietly, doing the reading, He is behind my chair. I turn around. His face is 2 centimeters from my shoulder. I felt something. I should have known. I was like, something's in my room. Something's behind me. I turned around to look over my shoulder, and there was this creeper. Okay? Scared the life out of me. Thank God I maintained my fear. Terrified over here. And he's smiling. You're awful.
Be glad I'm not wearing a Batman costume.
He's awful right now.
I go behind you and be like, I'm Batman. Justice for Gotham.
Well, you've earned yourself a seat at doing me a favor, which is now you can bring me some water.
Wow.
Thank you very much for surprising me in my room.
Yeah.
I will be looking forward to the water with ice in 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
He always scares
Come on,
me.
Matt.
Ever since he was little, he scares me. He's very quiet. He's very good at creeping, and it's I should expect it by now.
Like a fox.
He scares me to death.
Wolves.
Literally scares me. Okay, I'm all right now. I gave him the only look right now. I gave him the only look. You have no idea. But I'm good now. I'm good.
That's
all right.
We're going to the movie theaters whenever you're done.
I will.
Which is going to be immediately after you're done.
Yeah, he wants to rush over and buy something he's been waiting for, and we'll see if it's there.
We can't tell you what it is until we get it because it's top secret right now.
Top secret.
So, all right. Love you. Bye.
Love you. All right. So, okay, that's a nice surprise for pile number 4.
Next time I'll grab your shoulders and scream.
If you do that, I swear to you, we're having beef.
I like to see.
Super beef.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Love you. Scares the life out of me. Yes, he loves me. He loves to scare me is what he does. What an omen for pile number 4. All right, so there's a surprise. There's a creeper in the midst. Maybe there's a stalker. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, let's talk about this pile number 4. If you felt called to it, we have this cluster. It's citrine. It's citron. And look how beautiful this is. This is one of my favorite stones. Isn't that gorgeous? Full of surprises, actually. It looks quite dull when you're looking at it in one light, but then when you move it around, just sparkles. You could see why I got it, right? Look at that. Look at the sparkles. I was like, oh, sparkles, speak to me. It's just beautiful. I don't like that they cut off all the points, but they did what they did for whatever reason. They cut off the points. Probably because a lot of points already got kicked off. So they just kind of thought, we'll just go with it. But nonetheless, it's beautiful. Now, citron brings wealth, health, and happiness. Well, thank you, sir.
All right.
Maybe citrine is your lucky gemstone. Maybe you should get some citrine. Notice that it's half and half. So we have half crystal quartz, and the other half is citrine. So that is a very unique stone. And he gave it to me for my birthday, actually, as another surprise. Daniel gave this to me, didn't you?
Yeah.
So this is very special.
Jasper.
No, this is citrine.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was Jasper.
No.
Oh, well. You know, I see.
See you, honey.
I love why.
Au revoir. But it looks like a brain also, and I like to kind of see it as a brain. So intelligence. Okay. There might be a lot going on with your brain. Maybe there's a lot of creativity. Okay. A lot of creativity in this reading. So really start creating. Start writing. Start singing. Start doing art. I feel like that might really speak to this pile number 4. We have a creative artiste in our midst. And someone who's very intelligent, high IQ. Well, let's go ahead and get into this pile. First one is cowardly. So someone here that you're dealing with is a bit of a coward. What are they scared of? What are they scared to face? What are they being a coward about? Very interesting. They are feeling the pain now. This is a direct message from them. I'm a coward, and I'm feeling the pain now. I regret everything. Karma's coming very hard, or it already came very hard. And they deserved it because they were a coward the entire time. The answer is yes. They still love you. They still miss you. Yes, they were a coward. Do they have a fire that still burns for you? Yes. Okay. To whom am I comparing myself right now? Who are you comparing yourself to? Or who are they comparing themselves to? There's obviously a there's big shoes to fill. Somebody's like, you know what? I am comparing myself right now. What you are able to see in another is only visible because it is within you, ready to be brought out. Shine the light on this feeling of not enough and see the truth. All that you need and all that you want is within. Today's soul action is today, stop comparing and start creating. To be honest, what I'm feeling is they see a lot of good in you. A good parent, a good mother, a good spouse, a good person. And they don't see that in themselves, but they see it in you. They don't have a good self-worth here, whoever you're dealing with. That's the first message I got. They see a lot of good in you, and that is in them. It is in them. But they don't see it in themselves. And there's also this, you see a lot of good in them. Like they could be a good spouse, a good father, a good mother, a good person, and that's in you. But you don't see that in yourself. There's some kind of denial here. And it's like what I see in others is not what I see in myself. But this card is saying, au contraire, what you're able to see in another is only visible because it is within you. You are the mirror. Whatever good you see in another person is the good in yourself. Whatever evil you see in another person is the evil in yourself. Once you are able to face that truth, that everyone is a projection of you, you will no longer be a coward, and you will conquer your demons, and you will win. So there's a lot of, and you know what? This is this, the solar plexus chakra also. And to me, that represents confidence and strength. So there's someone here that maybe needs to get courageous and face some issues. And stop comparing yourself, you know, because whatever you see out there, that's in you. If you see let's example, hypothetical. You see someone sexy, fit, toned, 8-pack. You're like, oh God, look at that person, look at the beauty. That's obvious. It's the exterior. We can all see that. But if you notice how great they look, you have that in you. You have the capability in you to be that, just so you know. But deeper than this, if you see the love and the goodness and the caring and the genuine beauty in another soul, that's because it's within you. It takes one to see one. Seriously. So pat yourself on the back if you see a lot of good in people. And maybe tisk yourself if you see a lot of bad in people. Okay? I don't know. Just saying, putting that out there. Let's see the next card. What is the big message? Taking to heart. So we feel very judgy here. Someone you love is getting judged, and it's bothering them. Maybe you're judging and it's bothering you. I don't know. You have to see how it resonates. But someone's being judged and it's bothering someone. We're going to read Taking to Heart. Today's message is the solstice. See, talking about the sun. Again, the solar plexus. Confidence, ego, courage. Someone who picked this pile number 4 is suffering from complete lack of confidence and courage. Complete ego death. This person is getting an ego death. If you're reading about somebody else, their ego is dying. They have been judged harshly by the universe. Karma is slashing them apart. They are comparing themselves to others. They're a coward. They've been a coward and they're being judged, rightfully so. So I don't know. That's a message for someone. But it says this. Emily Meadows wears her finest gown for the occasion. She feels very grown up. She feels very regal. But it only takes a tiny, small, little person or creature to ruin that for her. A goose barged past Emily like she was nobody. And it took just that split second to make Emily feel humble again that she was nobody. She was feeling so good, and now she's nobody. This goose didn't even pay any mind to her. But look, the goose is taking care of its goslings. He didn't mean to shove her. He was just like, hey, she was like, I got to go take care of my babies. Excuse me. But geese can't say excuse me. So why would she let such a little creature ruin her ego? Because she's very sensitive. This is someone that does not like judgment. This is someone that is like, don't judge me, don't point at me, don't tell me what I'm doing wrong, because they have no confidence, no ego. They know they're wrong and they feel really bad about themselves. That is the truth about this person. They have very little confidence. They're the type of people that you can't correct, judge, tell anything to, because instantly defensive, because they already feel bad, and that just takes it over the top. So this is a very easy person to PO off. This is a very easy person to offend, which makes them very cowardly because they don't have a thick skin and they're just not strong enough to take it. A message about this relationship is an addiction. This person suffers from codependence, obsession, and restraint. Possession and control, and an emotional block. They are addicted to being codependent. They depend on other people to tell them they're good, they're worthy, they're beautiful, they're kind, they're loved. If other people didn't tell them that, they would never believe it. So when somebody else puts them down in any way, it's like, oh, this must be what I am. They hate that. This person lives and breathes on other people's opinions and perceptions of them. How difficult is it to be a person that lives and breathes on other people's judgments of you? There's no way you could make everyone like you, but this person tries. This person tries to make everyone like him or everyone like her because they are just that dependent on other people's opinions. No self-worth. There's some real issues under what's going on here. Why would they deal with all this karma? They have a lot of regrets. So when you look back at your life and you're just full of regrets, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that. They already are living in regret. And now if someone points it out, super defensive. Because they know they were wrong. They're always comparing themselves to somebody else. That's the truth. They're absolutely a coward. What do they have to do to stop being a coward? Stop caring what other people think. This is a major people pleaser. There's no way you can please everybody. Wow, a sensitive people pleaser is what we have going on here. What is changing dramatically for pile number 4? Let's start with this tarot card. The Magician. Critical. Hypercritical. Oh, we're dealing with a Virgo. A Virgo or a Leo. Could be a cusper. It's a Virgo or a Leo. The Sun, the Magician. Oh, yeah, look at all the yellow. Oh, yeah, it's a Virgo or a Leo. They're very critical of other people, but they do not like criticism in themselves. Please don't do that. This is a person that cannot take criticism. So this person is not egotistical. This is someone that does not have an ego, to be honest. You may think they have an ego, but they have no ego. They've got no confidence. Believe me, they are yellow-bellied. That's the old saying, yellow-bellied, which is cowardly. Yeah?
Can I please wear this?
Okay. So this person is scared to get into a confrontation, scared to stand up for themselves, scared to be judged, scared to upset anyone. God, they're living a life walking on eggshells. Could be you who's feeling this, I don't know. But the Magician is as above, so below, as within, so without. I have the power to make my world what I want it to be. So the Magician is powerful in the sense that the decision is his. And he has all the gifts and skills and necessaries to make whatever happen. The universe has blessed him, and whatever he wants to grow will grow. Even fear and cowardice will grow if he allows it to grow. With the Magician, it represents the number 1, which is a new beginning. The yellow does speak about happy and prosperity and joy and confidence, which we know we have a lack thereof here. But this person has the ability to make a different choice. And a different choice is coming up. Karma came hard and kicked this person on the ground. They are eating crow pie. They're not as tough as they said they were. They don't have it all together like they want people to think they have it all together. They put on a good show, but that's not the reality. That's just not the truth. This person is very fake. And just to give you some clarity, this person is really dealing with a karmic lashing about their codependence, and they're getting it. They're under fire. The universe is coming at them hardcore. They're getting pushed around. They're getting told by the universe, you're wrong. They're having a hard time taking it. It's a tough lesson to take, but they've got to take it. What is the message from them? We have wanting. I can't help but wanting you sexually. Your energy excites me and allures me. I want your touch. I'm craving you. Your body turns me on. I just want you right now. Please come home, baby. Please. This person also tends to fix, and they have a glasses fetish. They have something about you wearing glasses, or they wear glasses, or they like people that wear glasses. There's a glasses fetish here for sure. It is a Virgo trait too with glasses, I will say. But nonetheless, this person thinks they can solve every problem with sex. Sex is going to solve it. They feel better about themselves when it comes to sex. They feel like they're good in bed at least. They may not be good at making money. They may not be good or tall or big in the world, but they're good in bed, you know? So they try to use that to their advantage. And for you and them, it always feels like, why do we always have to go to a sexual place? It's because they have no ego, no confidence outside of their sexuality. It's like that's the only thing that they're good at. And they like to be with people that get addicted to them sexually because it makes them feel wanted, needed, and important. They have a big problem with being wanted and needed because of who they are. This person may also suffer from a sexual addiction. They have a lot of fetishes. They're into video, they're into pictures, they're into lingerie, they're into different forms of fetishes that not everybody's into. And they're just a very sexualized, driven person, to be honest. This is a problem in the relationship. They have addictions to things they shouldn't be addicted to. They're getting their karma. They've got to wake up, honestly. They really do. They need to wake up with the Magician, because they act like they're powerless. They're such a coward. Well, I don't have control over who I am. I can't change how I feel. I can't change who I am. I can't fix what I want. Wrong. They can do all of it. They can change every bit of all of that. With the Magician, it's all about personal power. He directs magic from a higher realm through his wand, and he directs it. He has the ability to manipulate all the elements. He's an alchemist. He's a master of manifestation. And using the wand or the swords or the pentacles or the cups, create the desired outcome. When the Magician appears in a reading, he is a reminder that this person has the ability to manifest their desires and reach their potential. But it's all about mastery and focus and belief of themselves, to know that they don't have all the answers, but they expect opportunities that seem magical, and they may need to be prepared to take them. All right. So this person, whoever picked pile number 4, is a coward. There's opportunities at every corner, but they're too scared to take them. They always redirect it to some foolishness. This is their emotional block. Every time a new relationship or you or someone tries to start something and create a life with them, they block it, and they go back to their toxic addictions, very sexualized. And this always lands them into trouble, feeling the pain. Why? Because you can't run a relationship on sex. How many people need to learn that lesson? Well, if we just have good sex, our relationship will last. No, it won't, because the good sex won't last. We're humans. It does get old. Even the most fidelious and loved people, they're not as into sex as they were day one. Trust me, they're just not. It grows old. And to think that, our sexual attraction and desire is what's going to keep it together, it never will. Someone's always going to be left wanting and needing more. And this person doesn't know how to give more. They're a coward. They don't know how to give more of themselves because they don't have enough value to be like, hey, I'm worthy of more than this. This person struggles with self-worth. That's the citrine. That's the confidence. That's the wake-up call. Let's see what this overall message is here. Reversal. Yes, we have, and you know what? The Magician is very much like a reversal, in my opinion. Because look, same kind of image. As above, so below. Look at that, above and below. So there's just beautiful opposites here. When you team for your neighbor's wife with the husband, does that make you gay? It means there's a desire that you may not be willing to really look at. It doesn't mean that you're fully gay because you're still attracted to the woman. So it's not like you're not attracted to the woman. But it certainly means that there's a tendency there to be also open and attracted to somebody else, and it may go both ways. So just putting that out there. And for whoever asked that question, it doesn't mean anything with the reading. It's just answering that question. Also, this person that I'm reading for, perhaps they are someone that goes both ways. Perhaps that is part of this addiction, this secret thing that they're afraid to admit, this coward. Perhaps that could be it. Nonetheless, there's a reversal. So it's the power of mind. It's the power of thought. It's the power of mind over matter. Creating what you want to create. Creating who you want to be. And look at that. 11 and 1. So 1, 1, 1. All ones, a new beginning. Very interesting. So reversal says, make a U-turn. Assess what you have lost and gained. This is a duality card. The element of air. The phase is ending. Icarus flies towards the sun and falls from the sky. He hangs in limbo, clinging to a thread. The yogi practices both upright and introverted postures, preparing himself for all situations. By remaining strong and flexible, he survives and thrives. Reversal is the last card in the duality elements. Let me see. The element is air. Excuse me. I was like, what? Okay, I lost my place. Air. The situation can go either way. Once the extreme is reached, the only way forward is an about face. Like a metaphysical sailboat, we tack back and forth to proceed against the winds of change. Both figures hang in the midair. During a reversal, the ground can feel ripped out from under one's feet. A solar eclipse turns Uranus, the ruler of unpredictable events, into work. Uranus causes chaos, cosmic surprises, and sudden release. We find comfort in knowing that reversals are essential to preserve balance and time. The yin-yang backdrop made from a confusion of elements symbolizes turmoil. Fire and water and air scramble roles and affect the earth of our bodies. The reversal is a liberating card. Sudden and unexpected change and results happen in a reversal of fortune. Someone's expectations are overturned. A new force unbalances the whole equation. I'm going to stop right there and say what came to my mind. Someone valued another person based on sex. It was wrong. The truth is they were a coward. They didn't want to face that they have a sexual addiction problem. They hurt somebody very badly by making them feel like a sexual object. And karma is going to kick them in their ASS, right where it hurts. Whatever this person wants, whatever this person had in store for themselves, gone. They undervalued someone. It was a very smart person, and they kept making them be in a sexual energy, hoping this would pay off. It didn't. They're getting their karma now, and it's going to be very, very painful. They are the ones chained to addiction. They have real issues they got to deal with, and they are being compared to others that are not like that, and they should. They should be compared. They don't like it, but this is a bump from the universe. The universe is being the goose, bumping them off their high horse, their princely and princessly attire, their throne, their glory. They're being knocked off their fake pedestal. They are. And this is the reversal. I'm hearing that song by Halsey. Tell me how it feels living up there, flying so high, but too far away for me to touch you. Don't forget, I'm the one that put you up there. And the whole story of this song is, you were no one when you came to me. You were lowly, you didn't have much, You were in a dark, bad place. But I loved you. I gave you confidence. I gave you strength. I gave you all these things. And because of me, using me, addiction, the woman in the picture, you climbed so high on your throne. You're sitting way up there now, too far away from me. I'm nobody to you now. I'm not important. You're way up there, and I'm in the dust. But the universe says, watch how the tables turn. Just like night into day, white into the orange citrine. Watch the tables turn. If you picked pile number 4, the tables are going to turn in this relationship, and whoever was sitting high on their throne is about to fall off of it. And whoever was off the throne and in the trenches is about to be put up on the throne. This is karma, and they deserve every bit of it. The answer is yes. Like the card says yes. That's what's happening. So, reversals is life's U-turn. And whoever was headed in a particular direction is going to have an abrupt change. Relationships for them are going to unexpectedly end, where another relationship may unexpectedly begin. Someone's going to abandon an old course and shift focus on a new course. There will be a sudden loss or a sudden gain. Contemplate what the universe has taken from you, and whom shall possess the reward. This reversal card reveals what is important in life, and it reminds you that you are not in control. This is much like the Wheel of Fortune. And being humble never hurts. Owning whatever someone gets helps them cope with their pain or their gain. Someone is being humiliated and someone is being humbled. And I will tell you, it has everything to do with a Leo or a Virgo or both. Prepare to watch the universe smack that ASS. That concludes pile number 4. Thank you for watching. Secret message. The secret message I held for that, let me see, I have it written down, was becoming more, growing. Becoming more and growing. That's what I got from this, growth. I think this karmic smackdown is the growth that they needed to grow up. This person needed to grow up. And it took them a while to become this. It's going to, however long it's going to take. But nonetheless, this person is growing as a soul and as a being. And this is personal growth. And this is what's happening. So pile number 4, the secret message is personal growth. Someone is having a growth spurt in a good, healthy way. They're being humiliated and humbled. And believe me, it's amplified because growth. So whatever karmic smackdown you thought they were going to get, believe me, amplify it. It's grown in measure. This person is being greatly humiliated and humbled. And that concludes your message. All right, so let's get into pile number 5. The last one is over here. Hopefully you guys can see it. There it is. Okay. We are at 183 minutes and 44 seconds. If you want to see the opening message, the collective message for everyone, it's in the beginning if you want to rewind. But let's go ahead and get into this one. Again, a very secret message at the end of the reading with this particular selenite. This is a wand of purity, cleansing. It's shiny, it's beautiful. It's even a little transparent. It's powerful. Okay, it packs a powerful punch for such a small item. But they're very smooth. I love this particular one. Love selenite. Great for cleansing and purifying anything. And it amplifies other stones' energy, so it's a great piece to have. So we're going to get into this. Let's start. First card out is forceful. We have a wolf howling at the full moon, which it's beyond his control. It is his natural instincts to go howl at the moon. He doesn't know why, he doesn't know how. It just happens at a very young age, and the wolves all howl at the moon. I believe it is a release of their emotions, a release of their energy, also sending a beautiful, vibrant energy to the universe. Them howling is a prayer and a thank you for everything that they've ever had and all they will have. And it's a great connection to the divine. It's a very grounding experience for them to sit and howl and just feel their emotions and let out what needs to come out so they can be stronger the next day. So yes, this is a let it out message with forceful. And what is the message from your person? A significant other, a relationship, whatever. What is the message from them? We have, I want to fix this. So looks like your partner wants to fix this between you and them. They feel forced. They feel like, I need to do this. I must fix this with you. I can't stand the issues between us. I want to address it. Yep, compromise. Can we come to a compromise? I don't want you mad at me. I don't want you upset with me. I want to make things good between us again. Can we come to a good place? Can we compromise? Can you give a little and I give a little? Can we make peace? That's what this person is hoping for. How can I surrender even more in this moment? So this person is going to surrender. Oh, the universe is forcing them to surrender. The universe is forcing them to kind of get on their knees in a way to where they can surrender some of what they want to give you some of what you want. They know they have to bend somewhat to your will. They may not bend all the way, but they're going to bend to your will. It is essential to have a clear, strong intention of what we desire. Oh my God. How many of you guys, excuse my frustration, want something so much, but speak so against it? How little faith do you have in yourself? Oh, I really want this, but this is my reality. Fill in the blank. Oh God, I really want to be successful. I really feel that I really want to be successful in this career and this blah, 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 fill in the blank. But I don't have the education background. I'm too old, but it can never be me. I don't have the opportunities they have. That is sabotage. You build yourself up, tear yourself down. Ooh, I want this to be me, but then boop, no, it's not going to be me. It's not for me. This is what this is meaning. This is like, I'll never get there. I'll never get there. It's sabotage. Stop. It's essential to have a clear, strong intention of what you desire. But it's equally important for you to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender to the universe. Let the universe have some say. Let it have some breathing room. Let it have more than 5 Peloponnesian seconds to work with your dream. As soon as you build your dream, poof, it disappears. And someone's constantly doing this. Build, break, build, break, build, break. Boy, do they have a great imagination, but they have no stamina. This here says, when you have a desire, a dream, a wish, a want, a will, if you will, shut your negative thoughts down long enough to let the universe take what you said, take what you believe, and do something with it. They need more time. You have no faith in the universe. That's what this is. Or this person has no faith in the universe. It says here, let go of the wheel on how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, if it will happen, and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know it is coming. And what comes to my mind, what I saw in this image, is the horizon of a sun rising. You know the sun's going to rise tomorrow. Thank God, because you're used to it. You see it rise every day. You have to have as much faith in the universe like you do in the sun rising every day. You literally know tomorrow it's going to rise. You have to believe in your want, your desire, your dream as much. You may not see it right now. You don't see the sun at midnight. You sure as heck don't see it at 3 in the morning. So when you're sitting in a dark night of the soul, when you're sitting in despair, when you're sitting in darkness, and you can't see a hand in front of your face, you know in your mind, oh, well, I'm going to see the sun soon enough. As soon as daybreak hits, I'll see the sun. Please have faith in your dream, your desire. Believe it. I may not be sitting behind that Mercedes today, but I will be. I will be. And believe it. I may not be holding hands with the love of my life right now, but I will. I will experience that. I may not be going on the vacation of my dreams with the love of my life right now. Not this vacation, but I will. I will be going on a vacation with the love of my life. You know, this is that faith you need to have. Stop killing it. This is someone killing their dream. And the universe says, for Pete's sakes, can we compromise? Because you kill it before I can even create it. Today's soul action for pile number 5. Know this, in quotations or in parentheses rather, so deeply that your soul vibrates. I'm so sorry, guys. My phone died. I'm so sorry. I just plugged it in. Please forgive me on that. Sorry for that moment. It was a very deep moment. Okay. I'm so sorry. So, as I was saying, I don't know, I want you to believe in that dream, so real. Okay? So today's mantra, I accept all that I cannot change. Okay? I surrender and I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome and I joyfully trust the process. So this is the compromise. The universe is like, just make peace with me. If you can just forget about the outcome and your mind works so quickly, you go from point A to point B so quickly. You already scientifically in your brain said it's not possible. You already computed, oh, that would be nice, but it's not possible, because your brain quickly said all the ways, all the hows, all the timing, it's just not going to work. Definitive answer like a computer, it's not going to work. Spirit says, just don't go to the how. Okay? Just feel how it would feel if it was real. And stay in that. And then when you're done feeling how it would feel to hold this person's hand, or to have that Mercedes behind your hands, or to have that dream, whenever you're done feeling that moment, which should be longer than 10 seconds, okay? It should at least be 3 minutes. Give yourself at least 3 minutes to feel what it feels like. Instead of saying it can't happen, it won't happen, or it's not for me, or it can't be true, or it will never happen, say this instead. We'll see. Maybe. I hope. We'll see. Maybe. I hope. Those are a lot better than the negatives. So Spirit's like, I'm willing to compromise with you. If you could have a little faith, just we'll see. It's possible. Let me do the magic. That's what's coming up there. So that's what you need to surrender if you want this to work out, if you want this to get fixed, compromise, give it up, surrender your forcefulness to sabotage this all the time. And the next card is backstabbing, heartbreak, pain, separation and loss, deception and lies, and a shocking attack. So you're always expecting the worst. You're expecting betrayal. This is going to require some healing. You've been betrayed so much in life, starting by parents or friends or whoever. There's been so much betrayal that you just expect it, and that's a problem. You're not expecting the good, you're expecting the negative. So if you picked pile number 5, your challenge today is not to expect the worst, to not think that everybody's out to get you. I know it's hard to overcome the trauma of being hurt before, backstabbed, but not everybody's that way. And even if somebody was that way, there's a healing, okay? Everyone feels bad, So hopefully you can get past the past long enough to make a compromise, to make something work. But I will tell you this. There is an ex, there is somebody here, probably an Aquarius or a Libra, even a Virgo, that may have betrayed you. Maybe even a Scorpio. But this person may have betrayed you, and they want more than anything to compromise with you and come and fix this. They want to give something up. They are hoping you guys can make amends. They understand that you've had a breakup, a separation because of their lies, their deception, and it was a betrayal. It was a backstabbing. This literally represents that sword. It was a backstabbing. But anyways, yeah, they're just hoping they can come back from this with you. I don't know how open you are to that, but let's see the main message here. Oh, it's in reverse at that. Spread your wings. Interesting picture. I don't recall getting this one. Let's see. Spread your wings. What does this have to say? Morag Heron stands with Solar, one of the 4 guardians of the serpent twins, Hethera and Hala. The great ocean bird is an epic... Oh, that's Scorpio. The seagull is the image of Scorpio in the Wheel of Fortune. And it does represent Scorpio. Interestingly enough, we are dealing with a Scorpio. Okay. That being said, where was I at? The great ocean bird is symbolic of an epic wanderer and has circled the globe countless times. So that's why they're in the Wheel of Fortune, because this bird is a wanderer and circled the globe countless times. Interesting. Along the way, he has seen many things, some terrible and others wonderful and sublime, but his core values remain unchanged. Like Solar, we should be open to new experiences, understanding that they don't threaten who we think we are or challenge what we hold important. Instead, experience something that might have mystified or frightened you previously. deflates those fears and suspicions, or better still, provides new enjoyment and understanding. Morag's feet are planted firmly on the rocky ground. She has roots that she's proud, and she takes strength in that form. She might leave those roots from time to time, but she knows they will always remain to welcome her back home again. She doesn't feel the need to remain fixed in space or time, or even within a mindset. This person and you, there are strong roots. I feel that's the main message. You and this person have a strong background, strong roots. And yes, there's been pain, heartbreak, separation, surrender. There's been some drama, okay? There's been some backstabbing. There's been drama. No lie. But your relationship is so heavily rooted in a good foundation of friendship and love that you can come back from this. You can. So the biggest message of number 5 is you can come back from whatever has set you guys apart. And if it's a financial situation or message, you can come back from whatever financial disparity you've been in because you have such strong roots in creating wealth, health, and stability that you're going to have a comeback. Honestly, that's what I'm getting from this reading is a strong comeback, very healthy roots and a healthy foundation. Don't let the drama disturb the rock that's been here for so long. That being said, let's get another message. The Ace of Pentacles. There's an offer of a new beginning, a promise even better still. Someone is saying, I can't erase the past, but I can promise you that I'm going to offer you an honest and good, loyal future. I'm going to do my best. I want to plant a good seed and grow this. I want to heal this. I want this to be long lasting. I would like a long-term relationship with you. I definitely want to fix this, like literally what it said. I want to fix this. I believe this person literally does want to fix it. They want to fix it and they want it to be long lasting. I'm also hearing if something's broke, don't throw it out, fix it. And the relationships that last are the ones that are broken, but they don't get thrown out, they get fixed. So nothing's perfect. There's no perfect parent. There's no perfect child. There's no perfect spouse. So somebody here wants to fix this. And I think you have a promising and bright future. Let's get another message from them. The intensity. And notice the clock, kind of like a compass, in my opinion. But it says this message from them. Listen, honey, not only do I want to fix this, my feelings for you overwhelmed me sometimes. I did things I shouldn't have done, perhaps. Please reassure me by taking things slowly and patiently. I know it's going to take time to fix what we had, but this will help me and you to feel comfortable with the changes that are happening. So this does take time. The pentacles represent a clock and time. So believe me, this healing of this relationship is going to take some time, but they want to fix it. Your relationship's going to last through the ages. What is the transformative message? What is transforming in your connection? Ah! Are you really that lucky? Come on, fool. Don't play me, play lotto. You got forgiveness. Where is it? Compromise. Where did I put it? There it is. Forgiveness and compromise. That's what they want. They're just looking over their back. They know there's tears. They know they hurt you. They know there's betrayal. They know it's going to take time to fix this. But they want to. Boy, are they coming in for forgiveness. Honey, if you're watching this, this person is coming in for an apology. Ace of Pentacles, timing, fall. You're going to get an apology sometime this fall. So we're talking August, September, October. That's when you're going to get an apology. Let's push it even to November around Thanksgiving. Let's just push it into all of fall. You're going to get an apology during the fall. And if you're not in Northern America, it's not fall where you're at. So I guess let me go back. Just the dates, okay? So August, September, October, November. During these 4 months, there will be a point where this person's going to apologize. They're being forced by the universe, kind of divinely guided, that you've got a lot to work with here. Don't throw it away. So if you've been thinking about throwing this relationship away, or someone's been thinking about throwing this relationship away, don't. Because the universe is like, hey, we can get through this. We can compromise. We can get through this. Surrender your ego here. Let's do it. All right? You are not alone. Your life has purpose. God can produce miracles in your life. Let go of the wheel. All right? Believe in miracles. You know, this is, again, don't sabotage. We were talking about this earlier. So many people sabotage their own good. And it's like, that's not me. That's never going to happen. This isn't possible. Honey, all things are possible in God. All things are possible in the universe. Everything's possible. Anything's possible. Even the healing and the comeback from this terrible situation is possible. So if you picked this number 5, you picked the selenite wand, and it is a magic wand. And this is representing that kind of magician's wand in a sense. But it represents the sword of truth, purity, honesty. The secret message that I was going to give you when I meditated on that was purity, trust, and truth. Purity, trust, and truth. And I know it's hard to reestablish trust. But when someone's being pure of heart and someone is speaking their truth, you can come back from that. And this person's being honest. There's a Scorpio involved. This person's being honest. And I feel like there's a lot of hope for you guys. It's all a matter of time. It's going to take some time, but there's hope. And I expect them to come back this fall. If this is about money or some other situation, you will be getting money this fall. And whatever you thought was dead in the water, it's not. There's going to be a miracle, and the universe is going to breathe life back into a dying situation because you did your best. And being honest and pure of heart is going to take you and open doors that you didn't think were open. Okay? All right, my friends, this concludes today's readings. It's been a long one. We're at 207 minutes. I've been here a long time. I know my beautiful followers, my subscribers, my members on my website, you're all waiting for your 22s and your 44, or not your 22s, your 44s. I'm going to give them to you. We are going to take care of you. I'm sorry I can't today. I had intentions to do it today. Big intentions, but the way the universe played me out, I just couldn't. And I'm all heart. It's hard for me to fulfill my promises. I got to be more careful with that. I think that's my lesson in my mouth. I say things, it's very hard for me to keep them because the universe is what it is. That saying, I have a surprise for you. So if you are an Ultimate member for more than 2 months, so if you're not a new member, get one now so you can get it in time. But my surprise is I'm going to give you free access to the Magic Circle. So every year around Halloween, I have the Magic Circle, and we do magic. We have a lot of fun. We do spells. I teach you how to do your own spells, your own curses, your own hexes, your own banishments. I teach you what I know, blessings, if you will, the workings of the universe. We all have that gift. And it's very real with magic. If you want to be a part of that, you can do it without being a member. It's $155 if you're not a member. It's 4 weeks. Every week in October, we're going to be doing the Magic Circle. But it will be free for my members. So if you are a member, it's just a little surprise I wanted to give you. If you are a member and you're paying the Ultimate membership every month, you are going to have that magic circle. For everyone else that is just a basic member on my website, I'm not going to leave you out. I will give you a 30% off coupon code, if you will, to purchase it separately. So if you want that, I will give you that by email, and I will give you the 30% off code, and you can just purchase the Magic Circle individually. If you want to upgrade your membership and you want to upgrade it to the Ultimate membership, it will still be free for you. So you can upgrade at any time, but that is there for you guys. But you have to be a member for at least 2 months to get the free Ultimate membership. Okay, so I would really encourage you guys, please help support me. I never ask you guys for just flat out money, flat out support, but if you find it in your heart to support this channel in any way, as a gratitude, as a thank you, as a gift to the universe for the messages you get here, please go to my website, www.jks1111.com. Purchase the Ultimate membership, and you will receive that. I would like you to get a few things ready for that class. Well, it's not really a class, it's just live. I will be showing myself on the videos. We're going to be live together. The fun in that class, it's not a class, I keep saying it. The fun in the Magic Circle, where we're a group, we're all together. You guys get to privately talk to each other as members. We can exchange numbers. We can show pictures and things of what we've created. We're going to be doing candle stuff. Every week, I'll give you something to go get for yourself to get ready for the fun that we're going to be doing in the Magic Circle. But I like to think of it as our own little coven. So if you're interested in being a part of our little coven, please consider. If you guys still have your grimoire, your Book of Shadows, your magic book, if you will, okay? You can make your own, buy your own, create your own, do whatever you want. You've got plenty of time to make your special Book of Shadows, your grimoire, okay, your secret book. It can be fun. It can look like Hocus Pocus. It can look like a Fairy Witch Cottage book, whatever you want it to look. It can look like anything you want in a Apothecary book. But you're going to watercolor paint. There's stickers. There's drawings, any kind of coloring and artistic, anything you want to put in there. I also recommend taking Polaroids or photos, putting in your book and taping it. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's kind of like a scrapbooking. But you get to kind of document the spells that we're going to be doing in the Magic Circle. And you can even make your own spells, your own stuff. And I'll recommend other spells to you guys. During that Magic Circle, you get to ask me questions about other spells you might want or need. You can make suggestions about a spell that you think would benefit the collective. Whatever. So please become a part of the Magic Circle. It's $155. You can order it now in time for Halloween, or it can be free if you are an Ultimate member. But I wanted to surprise you guys with that. Also, a little surprise for all of you that are going to be in the Magic Circle. I will do free tarot readings for all of you there in the Magic Circle live. So we will do readings for you for free. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And if anybody else wants to read for anybody else during the Magic Circle, we can do that as well. Okay? Kind of a sharing of our little coven. So that being said, please don't forget to join me there, www.jks1111.com. You will see it has a picture of Hocus Pocus and the three witches. Select that option. You can purchase the Magic Circle separately. Or I'll just give you it for free. I will give you access to the Magic Circle and send you a confirmed email with the invites for the Magic Circle. So that being said, I wanted to get that for you guys. Anything else you want from me? Private readings. I do feng shui, consultations, coaching. Please don't forget to message me in the comments below if you're interested in any of that. I can give you links. Or you could just check out and scroll around my website, see what interests you. And that's it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching me. And I guess that's all. So, like I always say, this is a journey, not a destination. A lot of ups and downs on this journey, ins and outs, disappointments, happiness, all those things. Please remember, you're doing a good job. You are getting through all your obstacles. And my advice is always just keep swimming in this ocean, in this vast, wandering, roaring waters of life. Just keep swimming. And you're doing everything you have to do, everything you need to do. There's no wrongs, there's no rights. It's just the fact that you're here, you're swimming, you're going through it. You're not perfect. And those are all the right moves. Just being there, just doing it, doing the work. And I'm so proud of you. So you just keep swimming, okay? I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful and blessed evening. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy whatever other videos you watch. I bless you and all your friends and all the family and loved ones that are near to your heart. I bless all of you. Thank you for watching. Bye, Markers. Bye, Tara. Bye, Ellen. Bye, Eat Me. And Fran. You're too funny, Fran. I read that. Fran, horse face? I love that. Let's get into those readings. Yeah, I'll see you guys. All right. Bye-bye.